8 different pieces.
I mean, it was so dang moist, like I couldn't barely keep that joint together. That joint was good. And I will say it didn't really need the Oreo, but the brownie and the chocolate chip on it, oh my gosh.
Wait, this is focusing.
I thought about wearing mine, but...
Fam, these hats are gigantic. This is way too big.
For your head?
I need to order another one.
What size is it?
7/8.
7/8? You mean 7 3/8?
No, 7 and 7/8.
Oh, is that like what? One more up from the 3/8?
No, 7, 5/8, 7/8, 7.5.
You need an
7.
8 now.
No, what I'm saying is this is too big,
Oh,
not the reverse.
so you need a 7. You need a snapback now.
Listen, my head was big regardless, but the other ones that I get, I think there's something about the ones that come from Fanatics that ain't as good a quality as the ones that come from the other stores. I don't know if that's probably a fake statement, but anyways, for all you losers out there, especially you Canadians, the best part was the Kings in Toronto washed the Leafs like a couple weeks after that,
You know
too,
what's funny?
in overtime.
Is that I listened to the first episode of the Sneak This podcast ever, and we was on there talking about big things is coming out of Toronto.
Like what? Drake?
We was talking about...
Probably talking about shooters.
What were we talking about? We were talking about... We were talking about OVO 10s, OVO 12s, and
I don't know if I
something
would
else.
call those big things.
No, something else
It might have
came
been
up.
maybe just when he first got his deal or something.
No. Something else came up. I'll never listen to that first episode again because it was brutal to
I
listen
think
to.
you're making stuff up.
I was talking absolute nonsense. The only one that
You were
sounded...
talking about that. Does that man listen to the podcast? Because I was about to say, call him a nerd. The one that gave you the advice on the podcast or whatever. The one that does like financial.
No, I don't even know what happened to that cat. I don't even remember his name or what he looked like. I don't know nothing about
Say,
him.
you was just talking about that nerd who was like, do this and do that. And here we go. And get that nerd out of here.
You the only one that sounded... Actually, you and Ryan sounded good on the pod. I sounded crazy. Like I wasn't even talking on the microphone.
The biggest problem, okay, so, well, I mean, yeah, yes, you live and learn or learn as you go. But the biggest problem was, damn, what was I going to say? I just lost my train of thought.
We didn't have nothing to talk about. We just went to the studio. And
Yeah. Like back in those days, starting to, even though we probably were late, we were like tiny late. Now it's like every NBA, people call NBA podcasts a genre. You know what I mean? Like,
fan.
stupid.
Fred Van Fleet started a podcast. Somebody was like, "Yes, this is exactly what we were waiting for. Is a Fred Van Fleet
If
podcast."
Kawhi starts one, just wrap it up.
If Kawhi starts one, it will get listens.
You-
I definitely want to hear his POV. If there's a POV I want to listen to from an NBA, it's definitely Kawhi.
He would do one episode and that's it. He doesn't have anything to say.
If it's 4 hours, 10 hours long, I want to hear every single thing.
No, you ain't.
I want to hear from San Antonio all the way through Championship Toronto, all the way to Curly where he is right now. I want to hear it all from Kawhi.
Buddy.
I'm telling you.
Buddy.
All right, let's do this. Dang. All right.
You gonna give a review of your snack that you had?
Oh, my stomach is hurt. My camera look good. Like I got space. Microphone ain't like too crazy in my face, boss.
Yeah, I mean, it looks normal.
It's normal?
The camera's blocking. I mean, the microphone's blocking your face a little bit, but it's normal.
Right here, good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool beans. I can see the levels right there. So you don't even need to make that close. Look at mine. Hello. Perfect. Let me see yours.
But have I ever sounded bad on this podcast? Never once.
It's not about sounding bad.
Expert.
Not about sounding bad. It's about when I learned that we were sounding too loud. One time I listened to the pod with some headphones in at the gym. I was like, let me go ahead and listen to this Sneak This podcast. I heard it was pretty good. I listened to it at the gym. I don't know.
I heard it was pretty
I
good.
don't know.
You're a moron.
I don't know what we were talking about, but you laughed. No joke. I went like this. Equilibrium went off.
No, that means I'm using the mic correctly. You geeks got it too far away. Pause.
I was just letting you know.
Buddy.
All right, let's do this. Man, them pinks is fire.
You forget I know the Wiley one, and I know how to use a microphone.
Hey, they still do music?
I think so.
You think so? Ain't that your dog?
Yeah, but buddy, once COVID hit, like ain't no way you keep seeing the same people you was buddies with. I
I don't
mean,
have many friends. You guys are my only friends.
you be seeing like Willis and stuff, but I'm sure you ain't seeing a lot of people that before COVID and after COVID or whatever that.
I didn't see a lot of people. I'll be honest with you. I don't got a lot of friends like that. Me, you, Andy, Rico, Chris, White Chris, Black Chris, Marcus, Sam.
You gonna start naming people and they're gonna get upset. If you don't name them, you better stop.
I'm talking about people here that I see on a regular basis. That's it. And I don't even see Willis on a regular basis, huh?
Because he's too busy being a daddy, though.
Me too.
I thought you about to say something.
Out of control. All right.
I thought you about to say something.
This is behind the scenes. The cameras is rolling. This is BTS.
Behind the scenes, yes. B-roll.
All right, let's do this. Yo, Sneak This Podcast, episode 400.
Did you take a picture of that? Is that even
Hannah did.
Is that even in the shot?
Nah, it's not, which is fine. But Hannah took a picture, a phenomenal picture I'm going to post later.
When she walked in, this balloon was perilously close to popping. It was
I thought it was going to hit that light.
Well, coming in the door, it hit the door, and then there's like a lot of things hanging down. As you walk through here, that's like kind of spiky.
With the pigeon spikes?
Thought it was a wrap.
Thought them spikes, they be keeping pigeons off the building so they don't dookie on it.
I need some of those on my house.
Episode 400. George, Greg, back in the building. You know how many times I've said that? Over 400. We actually have over 400 episodes, but I don't count the episodes that I did at home, not all of them, and I didn't count all the COVID episodes. So technically, this is 400 in studio. Appreciate everybody who likes, subscribe, share this podcast. Do want to give a shout out right off the bat. Want to give a shout out to Hannah coming in here, George's wife, coming to the podcast, brought us some goodies. She made a combination of all of George's favorite things.
I mean,
brownie, Oreo, and chocolate chip cookies mixed in one. I've already ate most of mine, so my stomach hurts.
I think she knows how much you like sweets more than you like other foods. I think that's why she made it.
No, she said it's your favorite stuff, too.
I mean, I like the things that are in there, but I'm not really like a big dessert person. I mean, I like if you get, what's the thing, Pizookie, where you get the cookie and the ice cream? Fire. A good brownie is obviously fire. But I'm not a pie person. I'm not really a cake person. Hannah's sister makes the best cake I've ever had in the world ever in history. And if there's a birthday or something, I always ask that she make that. But other than that, I'm not big
You consider pie dessert? I mean,
what else would it be?
I don't know. I never thought about pie as dessert.
Shepherd's pie?
Yeah, but I guess they offer key lime pie.
Buddy, pie is a dessert. When you go to a restaurant, they bring you the dessert. Marie Callender's. What's they famous for?
Marie Callender's still exists.
Yeah, I hope so.
What, Village Inn?
Original California establishment, Marie Callender's.
Man, going to Marie Callender's was like treatment. When Dad used to come, Saturday we go to Marie Callender's.
I hope everybody knows that. Listen, I hope everybody knows the originators of basically all fast cuisine is Southern California. All right? All McDonald's, In-N-Out, Taco Bell, every single fast place you could think of came from Southern California, except Chipotle. I don't even know if I consider that.
Where did Chipotle start?
Denver, I think.
Lame. I thought it started in New Mexico at the very least.
Yes.
I think I probably thought it started here, to be honest with you.
Authentic.
It feels like an Arizona thing. I feel like Arizona got Chipotle.
Not really. It's a pretty white version of Mexican food.
Yeah, but I feel like it's part of Arizona culture, though.
Yeah, because you go all the time and it's next to your house.
All the time, though. I got points.
You got a Taco Boys by you now, I'm pretty sure. You got to go to Taco Boys.
I went one time I had a really hard day at work, and I called Rocio, and she said, why don't you go get something to eat? I went in Taco Boys by myself and sat there and ate. I had a really rough day at work, man. I was in there like this with my tie loose, I just got off of Wall Street. They was like, man, buddy, go ahead and get these tacos to brighten my day.
Yes, they gave them to you free.
I wish, because I was in there stressed. Tears in my eyes.
Compliments of the chef.
Tears in my eyes. Tears in my eyes. I wish.
Yikes.
Anyway, shout out to Hannah. Hannah's brought us 400 balloons. Well, balloons that are the numbers 400 for 400. That was very, very nice of her. You know what I mean? Hannah is, a very important person to me. Obviously that's George's wife, and she's been all great ever since day one I've ever known her. She was out there helping us get sneakers sometimes and, helping us out. And she's always been great with my kids, and my kids love her to death. And, she always taking care of our family with cookies and desserts and whatnot. And, She's helped my wife with, certain projects and things like that on time, So I appreciate her stopping by real quick, dropping these off or whatnot. So shout out to Hannah. But this is episode 400. I do appreciate every single person who has listened, watched, downloaded, streamed, shared, DM'd, any single thing you've ever done to make any type of communication with George and I on this podcast. We definitely appreciate it. It has been a really, really long time. And like I said, it is weird watching our beards go from black to gray in real time. I would tell every.
You think Obama feels?
He was doing something for real, though.
I mean,
he was doing. You know what's crazy? I listened to the first episode driving. We were talking about Bernie Sanders. I didn't realize that was the year Trump had ran as well, or it was coming up or something like that. Because you were like, man, Bernie Sanders trying to raise minimum wage. And then I was like, man, I don't want that. And you was like, you must be voting for Trump. And I still don't want that. And look where we are right now.
I think.
Look where we are right now.
It's all your fault.
No, it's all your fault. Y'all wanted that.
Nah, it ain't my fault. I think, the election happens in the even number year, right?
Yeah, it was 2016.
And then they take over in the odd number year, right? Okay.
That was crazy.
Let's get that out of the way.
But I did drive over. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and listen to the first episode. I haven't listened to the first episode in the podcast, no joke, probably 10 years. I couldn't tell you. I don't remember the last time I listened
to it.
I couldn't tell you the last time I listened to it. I've told other people to listen to it, but I think I always felt that I would be embarrassed to listen to it. I completely forgot that we had the very first beat that I used for the podcast. I forgot that the guy gave me the beat as long as I didn't add. That's what it was. The guy that made the beat for the podcast is based out of Toronto. And I said, crazy things is coming out of Toronto. That's what it was. That's what it was. It was Birdie Bands. He might still be on YouTube.
He probably moved to LA root for Dodgers now, no?
Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and look up Birdie Bands. He's the one that gave us our very first beat for the podcast, as long as we did an ad for him. In the episode 1, the podcast starts, me doing an ad about, yo, you need your beats. You tired of your homeboy doing beatbox.
You did a freestyle.
That's 100%. So that's what I said. And I was like, yo, he ain't based in Toronto. I was like, yo, big things coming out of Toronto. Little did we know. Actually, Toronto had quite the run. Canada has had quite the run the last 8 years. Canada, honestly, has had a ridiculous run in 8 years. That's crazy.
Well, Drake specifically, obviously, one of the best musicians
Drake.
Of all time.
Drake, the Raptors winning a championship, which I would have never thought in a million years.
Yeah,
that's a pretty big.
It's
run,
big.
though.
It's big for them.
It's big for them.
But that's not. That Raptors championship is not something that's going to be remembered in the lore of sports or whatever.
But you got the Drake, you got Weeknd, not the Drake, the Weeknd.
He just, the problem is he turned into a weirdo where he everything he does is way too calculated that it's corny.
That's what happened. He just lasted way longer than anybody else would have typically lasted.
Yeah, but I don't think the problem is lasting. If he just kept doing music and did nothing else, he'd be cool.
I feel like the longer you last is when that people really start going wait a minute, and then people start making these opinions and these thoughts and whatnot.
Nah, because
it takes one person to really bust a crack wide open pause.
Because
Kendrick busted it wide open, and now everybody has this crazy view on Drake.
Because look at Jay-Z and Beyonce. They don't make music anymore, but when they pop out, it's like you like the Queen of England or whatever.
Yeah, but that's why.
They went to that thing the other day or
Beyonce
whatever.
makes regular music regularly.
What was it? F1 race in Vegas? Yeah. Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but see, that's different though.
They're like I'm talking about royalty now.
See, that's different.
Drake will never be in that. He's famous, but he will never be looked at like that unless he goes away for 10 years.
Well,
and then
I don't remember who I was listening to, and they were like, Jay-Z has become a more important, famous person as the mogul than he was the rapper. And I go, I don't know. Jay-Z.
If you're talking about the general public knowing about him, yes, but to the culture, no.
Not his importance, but I think he's become a more famous person now than he was as a rapper.
Yeah, if you just mean famous as in more people know him.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's different. You can define famous however you want. Famous as in more you walk up to a random stranger on the street. You know Jay-Z is in 2025 versus 1997, or 1999 or whatever. Yeah, you're gonna get a different answer. But
yeah, so that's partially right. Now, if Drake,
I don't know if that's what I call famous to me though. Or like
you just said they went to F1, which is an environment that probably you wouldn't really necessarily anticipate a Jay-Z and Beyonce being in.
yeah, but that's their type of famous for like the one I defined. I'm saying my definition might not be like that.
What's your definition of famous?
I mean,
That's like that might be the top tier of definition of famous.
well, I guess what I'm saying is the way I look at it. I'm not a casual in growing up listening to hip hop. I'm not a casual in sports.
Oh,
so
well,
like I know those people.
Yes.
So they're not like I
just
look at it different. Like Michael Jordan, I was like 10 feet away from Michael Jordan and I wasn't like, oh my God, Michael Jordan. I was like, yo, what up, Mike?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Which I'll talk about being in Vegas for Monday Night Football, though. But we'll talk about that in a little while. Embarrassing, though.
In terms of what?
Just how
The
grown
Raiders?
men act. And honestly, the Raiders going to Vegas is the worst decision in sports history.
I mean, it wasn't for Mark Davis. That man is in a lap of luxury, though, up there popping Cristal. Though. He cares not. Listen, if he didn't win for the we'll talk about when we get there, but if he didn't have those Aces championships, he probably wouldn't act the way he does, but he's a thought now. Like, he really is.
I mean, I would be, too, if I was that rich
okay,
and
so
ugly.
There you go.
Like, if you rich and ugly, you got to be a thought, man. And you have to make your money make you a thought.
I came to this realization like about a month ago or whatever. When I sent them texts, I was like, I'm not even like, I want him to sell the team because I want my team to be good, but I'm not even mad at Mark Davis because I would be doing the same thing.
I don't even know if that matters. We'll get to that. But episode 400, like I said, listen to the first episode. I just thought it was one of the worst things I ever heard in my life. But at the exact same time, I really appreciated we literally walked in the studio. We had nothing on paper. We had nothing. And we were like, I just kept saying, hey, we're just three regular guys with beards. That's all I kept saying on the podcast. We shouted out Sprouts. We shouted out Sticklers. We gave
Sticklers deserved it.
We gave so many shout outs. And you know what's crazy? I'm driving over here and I was like trying to think of like a lot of moments and things that's happened and people that have been on the podcast. And I'll talk about some of the people that's been on and some of the things we've done and whatnot. And I was like, there is no way George remembers any of this stuff, Jim. Do you remember?
Absolutely.
Do you remember when I had Grubhub delivered us milkshakes while doing the podcast?
It sounds vaguely familiar.
I was like, there's no way George.
Somebody sent them to us, or
Grubhub. Remember we had Grubhub for a minute. We were doing an ad for Grubhub for a little while, and then remember the guy.
The shakes sound familiar, but doing the ad.
The guy came in the studio while we were doing the ad, and he was like, "Oh, he didn't want to be on camera at first." And we was like, "No, we ain't tripping." And he gave us the milk. He gave us like some milkshakes from Shake Shack. It's when Shake Shack.
Oh yeah.
Had like first opened, but I know you didn't remember that.
Shake Shack, yeah, I remember that.
That's something that like I definitely forgot about. Do you know how many times we shouted out Pound for Pound and Naper on the first episode? No? We were like, "Yo, good people, good dude." We had no idea that he ended.
There's no way I said that. Now I might have said I got my shoes from him.
We were like, "Yo, Pound for Pound, good people," and then you was like, "Yo, shout out." You were like, "Shout out the other homie." I was like, "Oh, Ben Hatto, shout out to Chalk." We was on there. We had no idea that.
I think we meant like Don and stuff was working there. Though. I don't think we meant that.
But we had no idea that the owner of Pound for Pound would be wanted by the sheriffs, by the marshals, by the U.S. Marshals at some point. Fam, do you remember? Now, no disrespect because I do not remember her name. But do you remember when that Asian girl?
Oh, I thought you about to say the other first episode. I'm not gonna say her name, but the one that we had to cut down because it was too wild. I'm not gonna say names because people might still listen to the show, but
I'm assuming you talk about the one that like came to the studio, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was out of control though. That was out of control, and we was drunk.
30 or 45 minutes of the show got posted, and it was like 3 hours.
We was drunk. It was a lot of alcohol. We used to drink a lot of beer.
One of the funniest things ever. After you don't do it no more, but you used to be like, I ain't posting this. After every show, I ain't posting this
because it felt whack. Every episode felt like trash.
I ain't posting this.
But man,
I think the only time you ever, well, you don't say it, you haven't said it like the last couple of years, but the only time you really didn't say it back then was the episode Concepts Man, when he was telling them stories about how the 8 balls was like a crack story or whatever.
One of the greatest episodes in sneaker podcast history, period. Now, I haven't listened to it probably since then or whatnot because I feel like I want to still remember it as fire because I feel like if I go back and listen to it, I'm like, yo, this episode sucked. I feel like that about every episode, which is why it took me forever to go back and listen.
I think that one was far enough in that it was like sounded normal.
Probably, but
The only one that sounded weird to me was the first one, and part of it was because the audio was bad.
Audio was bad.
So
even though we were in a professional studio, but we didn't know what we was doing. They didn't either. That studio had opened up like 3 weeks before we got there.
The first like year, we had audio problems every episode for like the first year. You were like, "Can't get this to work," and the engineer of the year had to come in and like, not James Bond. What's that character? MacGyver. Huh?
I remember I started going to the studio hours early just so I could learn how to use it and play around to figure it ourselves, so he didn't have to come in there and do anything. And then we bought additional mic stands and mics because whenever we would have more than one guest, remember we'd have to share a mic. We used to put the mic in between us.
I thought that only happened one time.
No, we had to do that for a while. And then I was like, man, forget this, dude. I bought mic stands, and I think we may have bought extra mics or something like that. But, man. But anyways, you remember. Now, I don't remember her name, but you remember the Asian girl, right? That was like obsessed with Simple. And she drove out here, fam.
Came from California.
But, fam, think back to that. She drove out here and stayed about a month, though. She was on every episode for about an entire month, though. I was like, no, maybe I'm misremembering. I went back and looked through. She was on about 5 episodes, huh? That girl came down here and was obsessed with Simple and stayed down here for about a month and came on this podcast. And I remember Cass used to hit me up like, who was this girl? And we used to be like, I don't know, huh? And then we quickly ghosted her, though, because she betrayed us, though. She betrayed our trust. She betrayed our trust. You know what's funny? I don't know why.
Is this on, by the way?
I think they all on. Yeah,
this one's definitely on. You can see it blinking.
I can't see it from here, but it's on. It was on when I looked.
Buddy, don't trust the whole. You better trust the whole day. Don't do it.
That's part of doing this stupid show.
Yeah, all right.
That's part of doing this dumb show,
At least
too.
you can see the minutes over there.
A lot of y'all have no idea how many times we've re-recorded this show. We'd be at the studio till like 8 o'clock. I remember one time we re-recorded the show while another podcast was waiting outside in the hallway. And we cut it in half. Like, we've done a lot for this show. I mean, I tell everybody all the time. I mean, I'm sitting there driving and I go, man, who are all the guests we had on this podcast? I forgot we had Rich Mays. He's one of the original people from Full Size Run. That's when...
I mean, that was the only time... I mean, I don't listen to it. Maybe with La Puma on there is better, but that was the only time it was good when he was on there.
I never watched an episode one time ever. The only episode I ever watched a Full Size Run was when I think Dion was on it, and that was after he had did our show.
Well.
But I don't even think Rich Mays was on it after that. I watched that one, and I think I watched one with Mosh.
Do they still record it even though that man left Complex?
Oh, no. Full Size Run ain't been on about 3-4 years. They
not the show.
Podcast.
I'm talking about they changed the name of it?
No, they had the podcast and Full Size Run for a while.
Yeah, I know, but I thought it was the Full Size Run podcast.
No. It was just a show, like 30-minute show on their YouTube channel. I don't think it was ever on like streaming or whatever. You could listen to it or whatnot. But
I know they recorded a podcast, but I thought it was the same exact guys.
No. That's what we talked about on the podcast. Like, the show was...
Yeah, Trinidad James left, and they ended the show.
Full Size Run was Trinidad James, Mustache Man, and Ugly Man. And then Complex Podcast was Joe LaPuma, Ugly Man, and Mustache Man. It was just them three.
Oh, he was all... Oh, okay.
And I remember I was like... Because I thought it was annoying because I was like, dude, if y'all going to start a podcast, you can't get nobody different. You can do Full Size Run. Why don't y'all give somebody else an opportunity to do it? I was so annoyed by that. Because it was just like, y'all got 2 shows with
what did they call it? Sneaker podcast?
It's called Complex Podcast. Damn, are you good? It still exists, right?
I've never followed that show before in my life.
I've only watched
I thought it literally was the Full Size Run podcast.
No, there's Full Size Run and Complex Podcast. Me and you watched and listened to the exact same episode of Complex Podcast when they had Dion on the podcast.
That's impossible.
And we were annoyed because they were asking about the relationship between Concepts and Kyrie Irving. And he was telling some funny stories about Kyrie Irving and his dad. And you and I were both like, look at these nerds, not even laughing. Like, that was hilarious. Like, and we were super annoyed with it.
And that was a podcast. They film it or they only record it?
They do both.
Fam, ain't no way.
Hey, man, you okay? I'm gonna get you some water.
Ain't no way.
Get you some water.
Ain't no way, though.
But I would think about that.
So is that man on it?
Who?
Even though he left podcast, he left.
No,
Complex?
they got a new man on there, Vandal Man or something.
Oh, Upscale Vandal?
Upscale Vandal. I don't know nothing about him.
So that mustache man is gone.
Yeah, he's with...
I mean, I know he left the company, but...
Yeah.
Oh, so you can't be on the show if you don't work for Complex? Is that...
I would imagine. I don't know. I mean, I know nothing about them guys.
That's it.
But, for the record, for anybody listening to this podcast, They didn't have a podcast. You know why they have a podcast? They had a podcast because of us. We used to be into it with them all the time. Like, there was no complex podcast. First of all, and I'll go back further. I want to make sure that I do want to make sure I give a shout out to the Sneaker Box podcast in Detroit. I mean, forever we had a wild amount of beef with them. Honestly, probably unnecessary beef, but it was necessary beef because it was just competition on competition, right? I remember when Jumpman Bostic was going to beat up Simple at Ben Hackles. That was hilarious. Now, that was Simple's fault because we was already into it with them. And Jumpman Bostic was there, and Simple tries to go shake his hand. Why on earth would you go try to shake his hand? And Jumpman Bostic got up and basically told him, like, you know, get out of here if I beat you up.
I just don't. Why? I don't, like, I never have understood why he was that aggressive when he could have just came where we were at and said something if he really was that angry, though.
Well.
Yeah, he could have.
No, that's fine.
Why did he react the way he did then? Simple must have said something crazy.
No, he should have reacted that way. Though.
Why? He could have came to us where we was at.
No. He should have reacted that way.
Why?
Fam, we was all really into it. We was beefing. We was talking.
You making it sound like Chicago beef or something.
we was talking crazy. They was talking crazy too. We was talking crazy.
We
was talking crazy.
I mean, maybe the nicknames we gave.
Fam, we were talking.
I don't remember it being that.
No, you don't. No,
I don't remember it being that.
Because here's the deal. Now, I will tell you this. If he had came to us, I don't know if I would have reacted that way because I don't take none of the beefs and things that serious whatsoever. I've made fun, and we have talked about a lot of people. Still to this day. I would not talk to anybody if they came and talked to me. I'd find it hilarious. Like, it just wouldn't bother me. There is not anybody that I actually...
You saying if somebody from another podcast came to talk to you, like Simple came to talk to him? Or what you talking about?
Anybody that we've ever made fun of, Ben Ball, anybody we've ever talked junk or crazy about. What's the man that he was the biggest cat on? Kais Momar?
Oh.
Fam, Cat.
People knew he was a faker.
Yes, but I'm just saying that, like, all the people we've been into it with, I wouldn't have no problem they ever came up and said, hey, I wouldn't be like, yo, get out of here, fam. No matter what they've ever said to us.
Yeah, no, but none of that wasn't real beef. Oh. Now the Detroit people we don't know personally, so I
talk to CZ sometimes.
I'm saying we don't know how they are. I don't want to say in the streets. That's a stupid way to say it, but like we don't know how they are as people.
Right.
Unless Omar Man is going to start shooting, I'm not worried about him, buddy. I'm just saying. Like
I said, I do want to give Sneaker Box Podcast a shout out because when we had the idea for the podcast, that was the only sneaker podcast that existed at the moment. There were a couple podcasts before them. I never listened to their episode. I know nothing about them. No disrespect. I know cats. Yo, you respect the OGs, buddy. God bless. I don't know.
I don't think it was no other.
No, it was. It was about 2 or 3. I think one was called Social Studies, and there was something else.
There were other shows that may have started after us or around the same time, but there wasn't any that was going on as long as the other one was.
Oh, no. There was 2 that had started, or 1 that was before Sneaker Box, and then Sneaker Box sort of had it. When we first started the podcast, I listened to Brilliant Idiots. I was really into podcasts, and I was driving, and I was like, is there a sneaker podcast? And I searched for it, and Sneaker Box came up. When I listened to it, I went, okay, they seemed a lot more professional than I would have wanted to be. Now, I'm not saying that they were because I can't remember that in depth or whatnot, but I felt that they were way more professional than we were. Then I went on YouTube and saw them, and they were in an actual, like, KKTR radio studio. Like, they had, like, a switchboard. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is, like, way on another level of, like, not what I would imagine a sneaker podcast to be. Then when we did ours, it was just way more regular and whatnot, which, you know, got us into...
You're talking about a news show versus a hangout. That's the difference.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. And they, even to this day, I think they still record. They record, like, every once in a while, not often. I see them post all the time. Shout out to C's and, like, but they used to talk about, like, the stuff that we would never talk about, like, yo, Nike, they're on strike today, the employees. And we didn't care nothing about things like that.
Like I said, a news show.
Yeah, we tried to talk about things like that sometimes, but we were like, man, get back to work.
None of the topics that what's Nike? Not Nike Man, but Nike hired him to do whatever.
Who?
What's that man with the glasses from California? Nike head. He got a nickname, Cousteau.
Oh yeah.
So none of his stuff was like, I don't need to do those topics. You know what I mean?
He was professional. I remember we talked about it on the podcast.
No one needs me to talk about the medial and like.
But that was the point of us, because it was like cats like him were not us, and that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Like I mean, I know you know, but a lot of people have no idea. Like when we first came out, we rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. There were people who couldn't stand the fact that we would get on here and say something sucks. Like, they thought that was outlandish. I remember I seen this cat, and I remember who it was. He was doing this YouTube video about us. And he did this video about us, and he was like, how can you just come on something and say something sucks without even know, and without describing why it sucks? And I was like, what does it make a difference if it sucks? Like, I remember cats used to do these videos on us, these paragraphs, these think pieces. I remember we was super into it with everybody on Instagram. Like, we was just into it. But, you know, I wouldn't change any of it for the world. And what we talked about earlier, like all the guests we've had Clark Kent, we've had, well, let's talk about, I was driving, and I already talked about this off before we started the show. It's crazy how many people, now it's not like a stupid amount, but it's a decent amount, but it's crazy that we've had interaction and conversation and guests on this show with people who have actually passed away. Like, Clark Kent is one of, I don't want to say it's one of my favorite episodes, but it's probably one of my favorite episodes.
That's impossible, dude.
He clearly hated our guts.
I don't think he hated our guts. I think he felt like he was being bothered, like having to do it.
Okay, like, that's the best way to put it.
He like lost connection, and then we had to go through the nerd lady to like
call his assistant
to get him back on the phone. I'm sure
he was annoyed with the questions, and he was annoyed with like some of the comments we were making, and I think he was probably like, "Who are these cats?"
Yeah, he was annoyed, huh?
And then, like, we had Mouse Jones, we had Dion, we had Rich Mays, we had J-Tips, we had
one of the best episodes was Maul.
We had Maul from the Rory and Maul podcast when he was on the Joe Budden podcast. We had our very first guest, I think, was Pete.
You okay?
Shoot.
You talking about? I don't remember
I'm
stuff.
being disrespectful.
Premium Pete?
Premium Pete.
Buddy, are you okay?
Premium Pete was, I think, our very first guest on this podcast. Fam, we had...
You're a bad person, huh?
Fam, we had Saya. The Saya man came on the podcast. Did John Geiger come on? We were talking crazy about him? Or were we talking crazy about John Geiger with Saya man, and John Geiger got mad?
No, that fool was... that was that fool that... When Andy got into it with that man a couple months ago or last year or whatever, John Geiger got on that post and was like, I was at the YouTube office and YouTube was laughing at those guys.
No, but
the corniest man in the planet Earth, buddy.
John Geiger got on us.
Oh, yeah, a long time before that.
Yeah.
No, I know, but that's why he said that. But still, like,
because
what you mean he was at YouTube office and they said, look at these nerds. Yuck. Like,
such a lie. John Geiger said that he was at the YouTube studio and that all the executives or
I'm pretty
CEOs
sure that tweet is still up.
Were laughing about us. And I'm thinking to myself, is that a diss? Because
there's not one single person at YouTube who knows who I am.
I'm like...
And I don't care either.
And I'm like, if they're laughing and talking about us, that's kind of a good...
Yes,
like,
correct.
But I go, okay, like... Okie dokie. Like, you really got us there, buddy. But remember his homie? Was it his homie Rack? With Lapstone and Hammer, we had Rack on. And Rack was on. And I think Rack did he try to check us about it?
No, it was like one of the things he didn't want to be in the middle of it.
Okay, because I remember when we got in, we were on it with...
Maybe Simple had a side conversation with him where he told Simple something, but no, he didn't say nothing on the show we did with him.
Because we got in, we had Saya on, but we only had Saya on for like a split second. Like, it was like a split second. And he came on there talking crazy about John Geiger. It was Devlin. Devlin came on, and he was talking crazy. That's when he had made the whole vulture thing. He was calling John Geiger the culture vulture, and he was just going in on Geiger. And then I started going in on Geiger. I don't remember how Geiger found out, but then he reached out and was like talking crazy to me on DMs. And then he was like, and I said, you know what? I said, you absolutely right. Because I was only talking crazy about him because Devlin came on and was talking crazy. So I just jumped and started talking crazy too. And I said, you know what? You're absolutely right. I had no business talking crazy. I came on the podcast I said, you know what? I shouldn't have been talking as crazy about somebody for no reason because they got beef with someone else. I've had zero interaction with him. And I did apologize for that. And then he was like, I remember when I apologized, I feel like he didn't send a message like, but you know what? It was your highest rated episode ever. So, and I was like, all right, bro. And I remember I was mad. I was like, man, I had no business ever apologizing to him. Fam, we had 2J kicks.
Geek.
We had 2J kicks on this podcast twice, which is why that one geek sent messages like, yo, y'all don't even know him. Buddy, stop. All right? Like, we knew him before we had the podcast.
I clicked on his video.
He's from Vegas.
I think I clicked on one of them. He had one view. After that, I closed. I don't want to double his view.
Rats, too. We had 2J Kicks. We had Mosh from here twice.
Buddy.
We had Boo Snob. We've had podcasts fly in to be on the show. We had remember the last of the Sohikans with Los and them came on the podcast?
Yeah. Let me just give some general advice to the public, and especially for the young people out there. Now, if you guys are making money doing this, cool, whatever, man. Don't just jump out the window sucking someone off who doesn't know you exist.
I think that's the worst.
Don't come at me having somebody's back who doesn't know you exist, because I'm going to destroy you. Whether it be on the show or on social media, like, this is a different example, but that one time 2J man tried to come at us and I instantly replied on Instagram. He deleted his whole stuff, the whole conversation. He knew he was caught.
I think it's the absolute. I think it's I feel more worse for the person, not that we're making fun of or talking about. I feel more embarrassed and bad for the person that jumps in and tries to protect and defend like a stranger. Like, stop it. Like, and that's happened. God, that's happened for you. Remember the girl we had on the podcast when we were into it with Polos and Kicks? Is that remember his name? Polos and 2Js. Remember the old man? We got
yeah. The one who used to post all his shoes and like standing by the car or whatever. Yeah.
We got into it with him. And remember that was
Does he still exist?
I don't know. We got into it with him.
Way too old to be talking nonsense.
But remember there was a girl that used to just be trying her hardest to go in on us. I don't know why I asked her to come on the podcast. She came on an episode of the podcast because she used to be buying a lot of LeBrons. She knew nothing. We were talking to her and she just kept saying like, I don't know. Like, I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I don't remember that.
I know you. I think she was from like Idaho or something, or Ohio or something. Remember we had Brookie Doo on the podcast? Mm-hmm. Brookie Doo came. Shout out to Brookie Doo. I like her, man. She's one of the best dressed. I like her a lot. I remember she was on the podcast while still at work at the Apple store, and then she was like, hold on, and got in the car, drove home on the podcast, got home, fed the dog. I was like, fam, I told you we was going to call you to be on the podcast. Like, what you doing? Mm. We had her, we had Kristen, we had Mike. Shout out to Mikey Dabbs, like from other. We've had a lot of people. We've had Soul Searching podcasts fly out 2 years in a row. They used to come out for Arizona, hang out just to come on the podcast. The whole crew, if not most of the crew. Then we had Last of the Sohikans when Los and them used to do the podcast. They used to talk hip hop and sneakers. They flew out, came on the podcast. Remember we had Nicole's sister in the studio taking pictures of us? Like a photographer with the black and whites.
I remember a photographer being there, but...
Fam, we have done a lot. All right, a whole lot. There is nobody that could tell me we ain't contributed and done nothing to sneaker culture, period. And going back to that, the guests and stuff, oh, fam, we had, and like I told you, we've had 4 guests. I think we counted 4 since we've been in here. 4 guests that we've made contact with, had conversations with, been with on this podcast who have like passed away and died, which is crazy when you think about it. I didn't even realize that until driving over here. Shout out to Rome. Rome was part of Soul Searching podcast. He would come out here every year, visit. Was super duper homie. Me and him would talk through 3 DMs. Super cool dude. He had son. Shout out to him, man. You know, he passed away. And then Dallas Penn came on the podcast. Whole lot of conversation. He's like one of the OGs of Complex. Like, I don't even know if he worked at Complex, but he was a part of a lot of their like material and like stuff like that. So Dallas Penn came on, talked about Ralph Lauren, talked about sneakers, talked about a lot. Then you had mentioned.
I mean, he was wasn't he like I don't know what you would call it, second chair, third chair, or whatever for the other host who died. It wasn't a sneaker show, it was a hip hop show. What's that host who died? Combat Jack.
Combat Jack.
Yeah.
I think
wasn't he second chair?
I don't know if he was second chair, but I used to listen to Combat Jack. Maybe he was. I don't remember. It's been a long time, man. Shout out to Combat Jack, man. I actually talked to him through DMs, like starting a podcast.
There's a lot of clips on the internet of Dallas Penn before, like, it was, I mean, obviously they, I don't know if you don't say dress it up, but like, intentionally wearing streetwear or whatever to the show, and then like a lot of clips of him just being funny in the show.
Dallas Penn is like one of the original like content creators. Like, he used to be out there with a camera buying polo, wearing polo, sneakers outside on the streets of New York. Like, I think I watched like a video of him like camped outside the largest Macy's in the world, like in New York, waiting for some polo. Even British Customs, just a local custom creator, British Customs. He came on the podcast way early, brought some custom sneakers, and he passed away as well. Like, we've had relationships with, Resjuvenator. We've had relationship with Goat. We've had, Pound for Pound come on the podcast. We've had Ben Hathos. We've had, I don't even know. I don't think we've ever had anybody from SneakerCon. We used to go to sneaker events and do shows and stuff like that. Like, we have done a lot. Sock Jig. Shout out to Sock Jig. Like, Sock Jig was one of our guests on the podcast, and, we had, obviously Don and Rico and Andy and Jay all the way from China. I keep forgetting that, like, our relationships with all of them was built from the podcast. Like, we knew Andy, but we really didn't know Andy like that. Rico came up to me at a sneaker event to tell me how he liked the podcast so much, and that was it. I don't think me and Rico knew each other before then. And then it was, hey, come on the podcast, do it. He was so freaking good. It was like, oh, okay. And that was it. Like, I would have never thought in a million years I'd have a text thread with, like, cats that you just meet, you know what I mean? And it's like my regular conversation text thread, like, you know what I mean? Shout out to Tapes and Curtis. Like, Tapes, guest on the podcast as well, has been on the podcast twice in person. Shout out to Base Customs. Base Customs is one of my favorite guests, though. Like, that's the super duper homie.
He still, when he made the remix of the episode, or when he made that one episode and we didn't do an episode that week, that was still one of the greatest things.
That was on TikTok. That's right. That was hilarious. Shout out to remember Boost God? Like, I listened to the first episode. We were talking about how we were like, oh, we copped this, but man, we took L's on NMDs. Insane to hear taking L's on NMDs. But that's when, like, there was this cat called Boost God. I don't know what his real name was, but he was like a tattoo artist, and he had like every boost in the world or something like that. And like, he used to just do a lot of complaining that like Pharrell and Adidas didn't recognize him or whatnot. He came on the podcast and talked in person. To me, it's simple.
Well, yeah, I think he's on the show twice.
I think he did it on the phone and in person.
Yeah.
We had Kristen, who was part of with Mikey Dabs, and they had their show on YouTube. She's the one that... I'm
actually going to look and see where that cat's at these days, because I know eventually he changed his YouTube. Like, I mean, you're talking years and years ago, but he changed his YouTube to... well, maybe back to tattooing or music, or maybe it was art or something.
Oh, and I forgot to mention when we talked about people that passed away. I think, did I mention Clark Kent? Having Clark Kent on there? Like, that episode right there is like, I don't want to say it's legendary, because if you probably go back and listen to it, it's probably whack. But it was so awkward and funny, though. Like, we started talking to him, and I'm pretty confident he hung up on us. I don't think he lost connection. And then I called, then we had to reach out to his assistant, and then I think the assistant convinced him to, like, answer the phone for us to call back. And I'm going to talk about him a little bit later, about why he was right about something that we gave him a hard time on. And we had posted, and everybody gave him a hard time about it.
Let me see what his last post was.
Who else? Is there anybody else? I know we're missing a lot of people that have been on this podcast. Jay been on the podcast. I saw overseas. Shout out to my dog Josh. Like, there are a lot of people like Josh, Rick. Shout out to my dog Rick. Shout out to the homies from man, everybody. Like, there's so many people that have been on this podcast. Shout out to the homies from 12 Club Podcast. Like, he came on the podcast. Remember, he flew in. Well, I don't know if he flew in, but he was in town to be on the podcast, and he came on. And I think he was like one of the first people with a Tesla. Like, do you remember that? And he talked about having a Tesla with us. If you really go back through our Instagram and look, you'd be like, holy cow. Shout out to my dog, Evan. He came on the podcast. He flew in from, New York, but he's here with his family, for some stuff with his family or whatnot. Shout out to the homie all the way in Chicago. He came, he came. Were you on the episode with, when he came in from Chicago? I think we came on like a Saturday.
Who?
Rob. Wait.
It doesn't sound right.
Remember he came in from Chicago? You got to go back and look. We've had
This cat's Instagram is still active, but he ain't got nothing but art stuff.
The homie Rob was on the podcast, and, K-Rob, well, I call him Rob, but he was on the podcast, came in from Chicago, came on the podcast. We talked about Eddie Curry and everybody. Maybe it was just me and him. Oh, you know who it was? I think it was me, him, and Rico. You couldn't be here. I think me, Rico, and him came on the podcast on a Saturday, and we talked. We've had a lot of people on this podcast. We've done a lot for sneaker culture. And I'm going to tell you guys, and there's a lot of podcasts who would not acknowledge this or even say nothing like this. There would not be as many sneaker podcasts as they were because of us. I don't care how that sounds. I don't care if it sounds arrogant. I don't care what it sounds like, but it's a 1,000% fact. Complex Sneaker Podcast did not exist until after a period. There were other people who tried to start shows. Nice Kicks, they tried it. Failed. BR Kicks tried it. BR Kicks came up with a show called The Sneak This. You're not gonna tell. And then
Bleacher Report is just kind of I'm sure they make plenty of money off advertising and whatnot, but they're kind of just a failure all around as a company.
They really are.
I don't mean like failure in terms of business because it still exists, but every single what would you call it, genre or whatever of their business is fools.
It's nonsense.
The gambling is nonsense. The sneakers is nonsense. The sports is nonsense. I don't think they have one credible journalist in the whole thing.
I never unfollow things.
Somebody said eat Skyline chili on the episode.
Damn.
Ryan.
Let's go back to that.
Not simple. Other Ryan from Phoenix.
Shout out to the homie John.
Smoking up.
John sent us. Was that John that sent us the chili? No.
Who knows?
I can't remember.
Must have been
who
somebody
sent
from
us.
the Midwest.
And like anybody that I'm forgetting, and like, dude, think about how many snacks we've had on this podcast. Man. We've ate snacks from all around the world. Man. Like legit. Shout out to Death Row. Remember her? She's used to do the sushi. I think she sent us.
Oh yeah.
She sent us snacks. Yo, and I'm not forgetting Skate, but shout out to Skate. Skate comes out here every year. He was gonna come this year again, but I was working a crazy shift before he flew out to Japan. Skate will come out here in person before he flies to Japan all the time to be on the podcast. Skate has brought us back Kit Kats from Japan. Skate has like helped us out with things. Shout out to Skate is like my dog. Like Skate is probably before doing the podcast or anything, and I look at Skate and how he acts on social media. I don't know how he acts on a day-to-day basis, but he's somebody who I think that's who I would clone myself to wanting to be on social media if I was. I feel like he conducts himself a certain way. I feel like Skate, even though he has been pretty popular on social media, well, he's never been a clown. He's never been goofy. I feel like he's never sold out for anything ridiculous. That's the super homie, you know? And let me tell you something. I call up people super homies. I don't got to talk to you every single day for you to be the super homie, dog. Shout out to Matt. Matt has hooked us up. Shout out to Shoe Hefner. Matt, he has hooked us up with Undefeated. He has helped us out with some drops. He has sent us bags. He has done good things for us. I've hung out with him in person. Shout out to Lil Laces. Shout out to Mark. Shout out to, so many people have been on this podcast. We had a relationship with Goats, with Resjuvenator, with Grubhub. We've done all betting websites. Then we have one with liquors and alcohol too. I mean, we're sinners. Huh?
You talking about an ad?
Then I don't know, huh? I don't even remember.
You was on here talking about ball trimmers, though. I know that.
Man, we had Manscaped. We've done a lot, though. Remember we did that episode?
Was it Manscaped?
It was Manscaped.
No, what's the famous one? Is
Manscaped.
That what it is?
That's Manscaped. Remember we did that episode? And you know what? I guess I'll talk about it now. But I didn't put it out because remember Goat begged us not to put it out? Remember, Goat sent me the email. They begged us not to put it out.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
So when we had
they broke into the...
Yeah, so when we had the relationship with Goat, and we was cool with Goat, and Goat was sending us codes and things and like that, whatnot, and we was cool with him. We interviewed this cat that had committed the heist of the century or something like that. Like he broke into some goat warehouses or whatnot. I don't remember. Oh, I emailed Goat, and I was being nice because we had a relationship with Goat. I emailed Goat and I said, hey, just a heads up, we interviewed this cat. And I think at the time, we weren't 100% sure if that was true because that cat was talking crazy on the podcast. And we was like, fam, this sound like some Ocean 11 / tower heist. Like, it sounded crazy. And he was talking crazy, right? I don't even know if I still have the episode saved anywhere. But I was like, I emailed Goat just to be nice.
Tower heist.
I was trying to be professional. I emailed Goat and said, hey, we just interviewed this cat that was talking crazy about how he broke into the goat warehouse. And
Goat owes us a lot of money.
And cleaned y'all out.
COVID ruined it.
And cleaned y'all out. And they were like, and they said back, the email was like, please don't put that episode out. I was like, what? They was like, look, whenever you guys are in town, we'll give you a tour of the campus. We'll give you the tour of the warehouse. Well, they were offering all this stuff. And I was like, what makes a difference if we put the episode out? What is it? Like, did it not happen? Like, what's wrong? And they were just like, we would just really prefer if you guys didn't put that episode out. And I was like, all right, man, just to be nice. And I didn't post that episode. There's only been maybe 3 episodes in the history of this podcast I didn't upload. One of them I'm not going to talk about, just go being nice. But he was talking crazy, And I'm not going to. And I think I still got that episode.
You put some of it up, didn't you?
Nope, none. No.
Oh, okay.
None of it, because I was trying to debate if I was going to kill him or not. I'm dead serious.
I mean, it was bad, but in 2025, it's not as bad as it was that
Yeah, but it was 2025. It was 2025.
Maybe there was other stuff I'm not thinking of, but
Nah, it was bad. No. Shout out to Mosh. Mosh sending sneakers and stuff like that. Mosh is somebody that we've supported for a long time on this podcast. We appreciate everything that Mosh has ever, sent, done for us sneaker-wise. He has got his own brand. He's been part of the culture for a really long time, and I'm just glad that he's been a part of our, podcast and journey, or whatever you want to call this.
I mean, congrats to him on that staple thing. I still don't like
That's his second time.
Jeff Pigeon Man, so...
I don't have a problem with him.
He's a nerd and a loser, so...
A loser's a very strong word for
you know
somebody.
What I mean when I say that.
You know what's crazy?
He's a fake industry faker or whatever you want to call it. Man, fake it to make it, whatever you want to call it. I don't like him.
This is Jeff and Marsh's second collaboration ever. Whatnot. This is the second one. This is the Marsh Runner 2. He had the Marsh Runner 1 as well. Oh, well, shoot. Ben Baller.
And by the way, I said that many times on this show.
Oh, yeah. Many
years
times. None of this
before
is new.
any, yeah.
None of this is new. Shout out to Jeff from Riff. He came on there and told us incredible stories.
Not that Jeff.
No. I know. No, I'm just saying.
Stablehead,
I know. I'm saying in general. Shout out to Jeff from Riff. Came on, told us incredible stories about how he got What the Dunks. Basically, he dropped out of college to go cop What the Dunks, and then he resold them, and basically how Riff kind of started, you know what I mean? We've had people from StockX. We've had a lot of people on this podcast, and there's not a single thing. Like I said, a lot of these podcasts, some of them got the guts to say it, most of them don't got the guts to say it. None of them would exist without us. I don't care if they ever say it, they just wouldn't. And that's fine if they never would say it, but here's the deal, and the reason why I say this is because everybody saw us and thought if they could do it, we could do it. I got friends. I know how to talk. We could do this. Shout out to my dog Rick. Me and him text on a regular basis. Like I said, my dog Josh, me and Josh and his wife Nicole and my wife, we vacation together and stuff like that. Like we hang out, and that's based off this podcast. They're like real ones. They're like Josh is like family. Like that's like a real one. Like my dog Rick, I talk every single day if I could. When I got time or whatnot, super duper busy. Rick is one of the best people I've ever met. That cat right there has been through it in the sneaker industry. I'm talking, and he always got a positive attitude all the time. Shout out to all the other podcasts that I've been on. Shout out to my dog Matt. I don't know, man. I just really, really do appreciate it. I'm not trying to get all mushy and stuff like that. But like I said, dude, like I just appreciate every single person that has contributed to this podcast. I know I'm forgetting names. I know somebody gonna listen to it and be like, damn, fam, I've been on the show. I know. I know. But, you know, I remember like we was gonna try to have Kevin Hart on the show. I think Marlon Wayans was gonna come on the show, but he wanted like 5,000. And I was like, oh, I was just asking.
Yep.
Was it Kevin Hart that asked for money too?
I'm sure a lot of people did. Ha man.
Ha Davis asked for like 10,000 or something like that. Buddy, are you okay? You know what's crazy is people that like I'm pretty confident really don't know nothing about sneakers asking for money. That's insane. Insane. I know I'm missing people, but like I said, I appreciate every single person who listens to this podcast. Somebody asked us, you know, our opinions and thoughts on like what has changed in like the 10 years since we've been in the sneakers and whatnot, and wanted our thoughts on it.
You asking me?
Yeah, this us talking to us.
Well, if you're talking about the overall landscape, I would say the fervor for sneakers obviously has changed. But if you're talking about me, I mean, buddy, I don't like. Yeah, it's nice to buy something every once in a while, but I just don't care anymore. I'm old. I like these. Obviously, I had to buy Undefeated 4s just for the culture. I've been wearing those Asics almost every single day. Hannah got the New Balances in the other day. The joints are actually fire, but I think it's definitely a girl shoe. I don't think it's a dude shoe. The Bam Baklava, what's his name? Bam
Baklavax?
Yeah, Baklava.
Whatever his name is. Action Bronson?
Rapper Man. Yeah, they're like the shoe. I mean, obviously, it's a New Balance shoe with good suede. It's not going to be a bad shoe, but I think it's a girl colorway after looking at it. But they're nice. I mean, but I just don't. There's like Hannah asked me if I was going to get a pair of Chicago lows. Like, are you going to double up or whatever? And I was like, when's the last time you asked me if I was going to buy a shoe? Like, no, I'm not buying that nonsense. That first one I have will last forever. Like, yeah, it might look trashed, but that's what Jordan 1s are supposed to be. Supposed to be trash. Now, there are some shoes that ain't supposed to be trash, but Jordan 1s are definitely supposed to be trash to me. And they're all leather and rubber, so you can clean them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care about creases.
Mine is covered in being shot by paintballs. I wiped it off cleaning it, but a lot of it didn't come off.
Chicago lows or what?
Bread lows.
Oh, okay.
I got two.
Did you buy them or no?
Huh?
Did you buy them?
Bread lows or Chicago lows?
Chicago lows that just came out. Oh, all right. Well,
I am.
Is that what your Clark Kent story is?
Nah.
Okay.
That's a different story. It's not really a story.
No, I mean, listen,
epiphany.
I think it's normal as you get older to, fam, I'm not going out at 4 a.m. to camp outside in the freezing weather for shoes no more. Like,
yeah,
I don't care about stuff like that.
I don't think that exists anymore.
Right, but that's part of what's changed. I mean, there's more has changed for me, I guess, than, like, I remember we used to go to, like, what was that one time we went to,
High Point?
No. Happy hour dinner or whatever. What's that? Not Rob, but the other one. What's the one at Scottsdale Mall we used to go to?
Kona?
Yeah, I remember we went to Kona that one time, and I was like, you actually go in the closet and, like, debate, what am I going to put on my feet right now? So everybody's like, ooh, ah. And I wear those, like, red, what were they? The all-red suede Dunk High, SB Highs.
China's?
Is that what it was? I was going to say Temple of something, but that might be the other one.
You're the Dragons, you're the Chinese
like
or
that.
something.
And when I got there, I think like Seth or somebody who has no idea what Nike SBs, one of them, the cats has no idea what Nike SBs was like, good Lord, those are fire. You know what I mean? I'm like, now I could care less. I'd rather stay home, or like, if Hannah and I go run errands or whatever you want to call it, we'll like seek a new restaurant out or something we haven't eaten at that she likes to try. Like, I could care less about going to chase sneakers or doing whatever. Like I said, it's still nice to buy something every once in a while. These I would have never guessed are as comfortable as they are. And I mean, what I love is how the like suede right here and the laces kind of go together. Even though they look maybe, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I think I like appreciate the more aesthetics of putting sneaker together or whatever, but I just don't care about buying stuff. Like, man, we used to buy everything. I don't even care about a box showing up no more.
Fam,
I mean,
fam. Oh, shout out to our dog, the Frenchman. Like, I mean, well, shoot. Shout out to. Oh, let's go back. Shout out to every single person that sent us shirts, the jerseys. We got the baseball jerseys that we got with the Sneak This on it. We, shout out to all the candy, all the chips, all the snacks, all the shirts, all the sneakers. But shout out to the Frenchman who gave us an opportunity. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot Ruby. Shout out to Ruby. Like,
she in town? She might be there tomorrow. She was there last year.
yeah, I don't think she's in town. I asked her when she coming this. I asked her if she was coming this week, but she didn't really say much. Shout out to Ruby though.
Don't her parents still live here though?
Yeah.
That wasn't she be in here for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, but
Oh, okay.
so
What's that Drewski meme where he go like that?
but shout
I
out
ain't
to
gonna
Ruby,
hold
though.
you.
Ruby is like somebody that like now we haven't talked on a whole lot lately because she's in a relationship now.
Hey,
And
congratulations!
I mean, I probably shouldn't have said nothing like that, but she's very, very private. But
I mean, you didn't say who the person was or like
I love,
to give the social
I
media.
love Ruby to death. I consider Ruby just like one of my really, really good friends. Me and her talk about work and like complain about a lot of stuff all the time. I would do anything for Ruby. And I feel like Ruby's always been very, very popular, just period. But I do feel like she's, become even more popular amongst a lot, even though she won't give them any of the time of the day or attention. Like, I feel like, with Ruby, us building that relationship and having Ruby on the podcast and just somebody that, like, has always supported us since day one. I mean, shoot, we went to Oregon and, Ruby is somebody who has always helped us out with sneakers tremendously, all right? Like, I'm not going to get into it how and why, but Ruby has done a lot for us with sneakers Facts. She took me and my wife on the Adidas campus and whatnot while we was in town. We went to dinner. We hung out. Like, she drove us around. Like, Ruby is somebody that I would legit do anything for. Like, I would. I love her to death. I'm happy for her with everything that she ever does and whatnot. And I always will be there to encourage her because I know she would encourage me and you, Hannah, Rocio. Like, knows that. Like, I really do appreciate her and her friendship a whole lot. What were we talking about?
I have no idea.
Oh.
The sneakers changed.
Yeah. George said we used to buy a lot, fam. We used to
I mean,
buy
there is still stuff
lot.
that we talked about it a couple weeks ago or whatever it was. There's still shoes that I need to retro that I still like want to add. But I'm not like, oh my God. What's that one that we always argue about? Gammas. Oh my God, Gamma's coming out. Blah blah. I don't care about stuff like that.
We hated
no more.
Gammas when they came out. Though. We was just there to get Gammas.
I mean, I don't. But I think once we opened the box, we didn't hate them as much.
We didn't think they sucked. Like we did, but nobody liked Gammas like they're acting like now. That's my thing. Like those and 7212.
I think Gamma's had their place.
Look,
7212s are you talking about reds or the other?
Like they had like the glitter in the patent leather. They were like leather on top,
red or black.
It was black and red. Like
yeah, I mean I don't know. The red pair and the black pair was doing too much.
When I listened to the first episode of the podcast, we were on there talking about. I mean, me and Simple had OVO 10s and stuff. And we were talking about Burgundy 6s, and we were talking about Pharrell NMDs. We were just kind of like all over the place. It was crazy. We were talking about on there like what happened to Dunk SBs. Oh, shout out to shout out to Blanc, shout out to James, shout out to. I'm trying to think of anybody that I'm missing. Shout out to Prime Kicks and Cuts. He was on here, the homie. Shout out to Wilson from Archive. He was originally with Rerun, but he's with Archive now. Wilson. Shout out to Microwave Mac, the homie. I mean, he's been on this podcast
Microwave
twice?
Mac.
Microwave Mac is one of the funniest cats ever. Unintentionally funny.
That's still the craziest story possibly told.
One of the craziest stories ever on this podcast. Shout out to Warren. Shout out to fam. We've had so many people on this podcast. It's crazy. We've had times when we didn't have enough microphones in the studio. This is our second studio?
Rewind real quick. What reason did he say he put him in the microwave again? To soften them up?
Said
to shape it to your foot?
Every time he bought a Dunk or a new sneaker, he put it in the microwave to soften that joint up. And he said that when he bought the Casinas, remember the Casinas? The Casinas have the metal swoosh. Whatever.
Nah, it wasn't that because
Dunk,
he said he paid like those were like $2,000.
Yeah, that's what he used the Affirm. But the dunk that he had the metal
it wasn't
swoosh
that.
on
It was something else.
and he forgot. Like it's like foil material. He put that joint in the
so-
microwave. He said that joint was crackling. He said that joint was crackling. He said that joint was burned. But shout out to Mac. Shout out to shout out to Andrew Aguero. He came on the podcast. Didn't say one word.
I was wondering if you were going to say that. Fam, if you come on the show, at least speak. Like
He was just sitting there staring. Stage fright.
that's the homie though.
That's the homie. Shout out to him, man. Oh, shout out
Y'all
to
don't ever. I mean, his kid. Y'all don't ever see him playing soccer and stuff like his son.
No, you know what's crazy?
He's not the same age as Cortez.
I think he may be a year older, but one time we were out there at the same time, but they were both playing the exact same time. And I wanted to go watch it. So that was the only time. I've always thought, like, man, how come Cortez never ever plays against his kid or nothing like that? But I see him. We talk about soccer every once in a while whenever we do, but shout out to him and shout out to Buckeye City Soul. We had super duper beef with Monday Night Midsole and whatnot, but that was stupid.
I mean, I'm probably manufactured.
Well, it was with 2Js and Polos or whatever his name is, and
Who? I mean, I know you're talking about Polo Man, but who's the other one? There's another one?
No, he was on Monday Night Midsole, and then it just
I know. You said 2Js. Like,
everybody names is crazy. Polos and 2Js, Kicks, whatever their names. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. There's a second person?
No.
Oh, you just talking about Beard Man?
Is that no, not Beard Man, Polos and J's.
Oh,
I just called them 2Js.
So you're talking about one person?
One person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
no, I remember I remember Polo, whatever.
Yeah,
There was a man with the old beard.
Buckeye City Soul and all the other cast, they had to ride for him too. We understand, that's what you do. You ride with
I never looked at it like it was real beef. It was funny when What's the Name Man did that song when they knew you gonna diss you.
Oh no, but see, he never had beef with us though.
The song was funny. I don't care what you
funny.
say.
He made a song about sneakers.
The sneaker diss.
And I think he's Jamaican, but he was singing about just sneakers and other people, and then he said something about the sneak diss, but he was like, sneak diss, I know you're gonna diss me. I must have played that about 50,000 times, and each time I fell over and died. It was so funny, though. Oh my gosh, that was so funny, But man, shout out to everybody that's ever been on a podcast. Shout out to Don. I think I brought up Don. Don is another cat that we knew from, sneaker groups and whatnot, and it's just that's the homie, though. That's my dog, though. Don is somebody that I think very highly of. I think Don is one of them cats that he knows how to make it. Don knows how to make it. Don is somebody who I could see really, really doing something big down the road in the future because he just has that in him to do something, man. You know what I mean? And Rico, Andy, like I said, I just never would have thought we'd have a every single day daily thread, all single day talking crazy, I know I'm forgetting other people, though, but remember Cass we used to buy dunks and all that stuff with, but they never came on the podcast. What's crazy is how Sed and Chris never come on this podcast, son. And Chris buys the most sneakers ever, though. And I've asked him 1,000,000 times, so I honestly think he was scared. I've asked him 1,000,000 times. We're at 400 episodes, and my actual, I consider family in the sneakers have never come on this podcast. Insane. But how sneakers have changed. I know we got other topics and stuff we want to talk about and whatnot, get through. But, like I said, even back then we were buying a lot of Jordans and a lot of stuff like that. We were never actually wearing them. Even though we bought them, think of the last time, me and you were out there trying to get Concords and stuff like that.
Yes.
Do you remember actually wearing Concord?
No.
Not one time. I don't think
I remember trying it on.
we had the Dodge Charger hat. I don't know how many in the back of it. I don't remember ever wearing one. I still have a DS one at the house, but I had 5 pairs of them. I don't remember wearing any of those whatsoever. I only can remember wearing Jordan 1s, Bread 4s, Lightning 4s, white cement floors, stuff like that. We were super duper heavy into the Kith and the Aces and stuff like that. When you guys talk about stuff being cyclical, that's how I view it as cyclical, because now everybody is into the New Balance and Asics and stuff like that. Heavy right now. You can't go nowhere without somebody in some type of ASIC, Keanu, something. But we were buying Gel Life 5s, Gel Life 3s. We were buying GTs. We were buying all that stuff. We were heavy into the Kith and the Concepts and the Bodega.
I'm surprised they're still in business, if I'm being completely honest. Kith.
Why?
Because they.
I feel like that's the one you've always championed on the reason why they are in business.
Well, yeah, he was smart early on, which is what saved him. But I just feel like, I mean, you talk about company expanding fast, like.
Yeah, they just opened up a store this weekend. Where in London? Like, the store is freaking beautiful, though. They just opened one in Chicago. Like, I'm pretty confident one is going to be in Scottsdale pretty soon. Like, they're everywhere. You got
I mean, Dallas is one of those luxury cities. Scottsdale, Paradise Valley, luxury city. Costa
Kith,
Mesa,
Miami. Like, fam, I think Bodega's still around. Like, the actual brick and mortar store. Concepts went out of business in Miami. I'm assuming the Boston one is still in business. What are all the other stores we used to talk about? Like, that were like the major players in stores.
Packer, Renards.
Sneaker Politics.
Yeah, I know there's still, because I get emails from them all the time.
Oneness, Size, a lot of them joints, like
I'm trying to think of the New York ones.
A lot of them still exist. Oh, what's the one that like I could not find that you were like, fam? Find it.
Rivington Club.
Rivington. Somebody posted a picture of it the other day and said, "You really an OG if you remember this." And I went, "Holy shite!" I was walking the streets by myself in New York. Like I got off.
I think it was closed for a spell. That's why.
No, because remember I was in the right spot. Yeah. I took like 5 subways to get there. I'm pacing. This man goes, "What are you looking for?" I go, "Man, there's a sneaker shop that's supposed to be right here." He goes, "Oh yeah, it's right here." But it was like super duper closed up, like bars and all this. And he was like, "Oh yeah, like something went down and I ain't seen them cast in a long time." He goes, "I live right here at the very top." I go, "Oh, all right, man." I had to get on like 4-5 subways to get back to Rocio. Like crazy.
They had Rivington Club had that reputation of like a secret door or like a secret knock or something like that because it wasn't obvious from the street.
You could not see it from the street. Babe, all the stuff. I remember standing outside of
Bodega too. I don't know if you ever went to the original Bodega store.
Yeah, it's like a bodega store. It's like a grocery store in the front.
A hidden door. Yeah,
that's in Boston, right?
Yep.
I didn't go to it. I was only in Boston for like 3 hours.
The inside of the store, like when you get into the sneaker shop, looks like a modern like Kith type store, like bright lights, white shelves and everything's nice. But the actual store looks like real products. It's crazy. I'm like, what? I was scared to go in there. I was like, wait a second, am I supposed to just go in?
Oh shoot, what's a joint that used to be able to go make your own? Like if you had to be like asked or select bespoke
stuff, but Mercer. 21 Mercer.
Oh my gosh! Like if you don't know nothing about sneakers, if you don't remember Mercer and stuff like that, I was like, you wanted the opportunity to go there and make a bespoke. That's why we had Jay Tips on the podcast because he had made an Air Force One or something that was just like going through all of sneaker media as like one of the greatest looking Air Force Ones of all time. And I remember I reached out to him and asked him to be on the podcast, and I think that was the very first podcast he was ever on. I could be wrong. I could be right, but I don't know. But like I said, man, we've had every single person on this podcast. Sneaker culture ain't changed too much except for prices, the demand for it. The only thing that to me has really changed is how people act. Like I feel like there is way too many voices in sneakers, including us probably, if you want to say that as well. I don't care. Social media has become bigger than actual sneakers to me. I feel like all of that stuff, I see stupid conversations this week about who should be seated and who shouldn't be seated and all this garbage. Like, that's what has cut down the sneakers. Now, I do feel like, and I've said this.
Sneaker perverts should be seated.
I've said this on this podcast numerous times, that like what messed up the culture in many, many ways is just us, sneakerheads. We had gluttony, wanted too much, spent too much. We had no limits on what we were willing to do, wanted to do. Cats were fighting, cats were camping, cats were living outside for weeks, up to weeks for sneakers. We went overboard with it. It became overkill, just like we talked about with Drake lasting too long. Once things last too long, then you start to find the fault in it, and then you start to question, what the heck am we doing here? That to me is what happened. I'm like, I sit there and argue with cats right now today, and I still talk junk to a lot of people on social media.
It'll be back. Don't worry.
It'll never be back.
It might take a while, but it'll be back.
It will never be back, though.
It will.
It can't be back, though, because society is too dramatically different for the next generation to come up. It has never come back, though.
It will.
It won't.
Unless you're talking about some Back to the Future Part 2 type stuff.
Sneakers are never going to be like they were when we first started this podcast. Even like, I'll go episode 200. It will never, ever be. It never. You and Andy have been saying that for the last like 3-4 years. It hasn't come back whatsoever.
I don't understand that, but that's not long enough. I mean, you talking about generations or whatever. Like, kids need something. They need something to do. I mean,
yeah, but sneakers isn't it?
What is then? I mean, there's
drugs. What the buzz balls? I don't know.
I mean, I feel like the kids are doing the same things they were now that we were.
Let me tell you something. I got kids. So,
I understand that. My nephew just turned 20, so I mean, I know what these kids be doing.
These kids, yeah, but he's sort of in the cusp window. Like he ain't part of like generation I'm talking about. Like, even though Oscar's 6 years older than him, I sort of consider him and Oscar in the same, like, range of generation understanding.
So what are you talking about, 14-year-olds?
I'm talking about, like, 14, 13, 12.
Damn.
I'm talking about the next group that's supposed to really make a difference in this stuff, dude. They don't know anything, man. Like, and we're going to talk about a few things on here, but, like, majority of sneaker conversation.
I mean, they know 6'7", huh?
Yeah, things like that thrills them. Like 6'7", like sneakers and all that. Come on, a lot of the like people and the things that should get them into sneakers, they're slowly fading away. They're not. They're slowly fading away, or they're not. They're fading away faster than they should. And the athletes at the younger generation should be like, ooh, they're not doing their parts by actually playing.
Some of them are boneheads.
Being healthy.
Like Ja's a bonehead.
LaMelo Ball hurt too much. Like a lot of these younger
he's
cats.
Also a bonehead.
Yeah, but
you got mad when I sent that thing and I was trying to have his side and you got mad.
About what?
When he said he was going to be the president or whatever.
Okay.
You was mad. You was like, oh, he's a should have kicked him out.
Yeah, he's a moron. Fam, there's a time and a
Normally
place.
that's the stuff you get mad at me for saying.
Yeah, but that's a time and a place thing, though. If I'm being interviewed, that's like if I'm being interviewed by an NBA team.
Buddy, my point was like, it depends the context of how you're saying it. No. Are you saying it like, I want to be the president, and you shoot fireworks off? Like, no. If you're having a serious conversation and you like, what if the conversation was like, I follow politics, I know how.
Stop it.
I'm just saying, think about it. I know how the House of Representatives works. I want to go.
Stop it! Now you're going too far. I'm talking about LaMelo Ball here.
Listen,
you follow LaMelo Ball long enough. You know LaMelo Ball. You know he's in there like that. I don't know, like I'm gonna be a president this day. You know how he was. Stop it.
You're being mean right now.
No, stop it.
The middle one is the dumbest one of all three, by the way. What's the name? Is the actual
that's fine.
Lonzo is actually like, I don't know if you saw that. I'm sure you saw that clip. Where I don't remember even what the topic was, but it happened recently, like within the last couple of days or last week. And Lonzo looked like he was embarrassed for his middle brother. Clown.
Shoot, Cortez has practice today? I didn't even know. Oh, my goodness.
That's a wrap for you, huh?
Sorry, I'm sending a message.
I try to get LaMelo the benefit of the doubt, and you over here shooting him down, huh? He might be the prez.
Man, why are they having practice on Thanksgiving week? Oh my gosh. Sorry. Let me see real quick. Oh, man. Anyways, but like I said, man, culture itself, I don't know, man. It's about the same. I feel like what's changed is too many voices in the culture, way more opinions and things like that, which has kind of polluted it. And that's become the bigger news than the actual sneakers. So I don't know. But like I said, man, I appreciate everybody who's like supported this podcast. I appreciate everybody who's come on this podcast. I appreciate everybody who's liked, subscribed, shared, DM the message, talked to us, built relationships, homies and stuff like that, text. I built a lot of friends, a lot of acquaintances, a lot of enemies, which is fine. I don't really consider you enemy, but you know, you probably don't really like me that much. And I like you. Even though you think I don't like you, I like you. Like, it's just fine. You know, like I said, a lot of people started their podcast because of us, because we make it look so easy. We make it look like easy to like have that type of relationship. Me and George have known about each other since I was 17. All right. I am 42, about to be 43, and George is, what are you, 45? 47?
46.
46. Like, that's a long time to know each other and to start a podcast. I was 33 when we started the podcast. We actually set our ages on the podcast. We set our the beginning of the podcast, we set our ages and our full names. We were like, Gregory. Like, we set our first and last names on there, and I was like, I'm 33. Simple was 31. And I don't remember how old you were. You must be, what, 35 probably? Simple said you were 42.
2016, so
35?
well, subtract 10, 36.
36. So
I hadn't
well, we're not 10
37
years yet, but so probably 35. But
nah, because 79.
but you know, so like I said, man, we appreciate everybody, all the snacks, all the homies, all the gifts, all the
Why can't it be two different numbers?
But you know, anyways, and you know, I put a expiration date on the podcast. I did say January 5th, 2027 would be the last episode, which would probably be when we would do like sneaker of the year for 2026. I'm pretty set on that being the last episode ever. I don't know if I could do another year of this. My New Year's resolution, and I was saving this probably for when we actually talk about a resolution, but my New Year's resolution for next year is to not buy one sneaker whatsoever the entire year next year. And I'm like,
I mean, that's been your resolution for about a good 6 years.
I've never made that resolution ever in my entire life.
Yeah, you have.
Never.
You've said it on the show.
No. I've made the resolution of like, I'm only going to buy so many, like a certain amount.
Nah.
Yeah. I think I said like, I'm going to try to stick to like one or two a month, but I've never done zero sneakers.
You've never followed through on it.
No.
But you've
I
said
have
it before.
never.
Yeah, you have.
Well, that's my resolution, and I feel like if I can get through that in 2026, then that's fine. We'll do the sneaker of the year episode.
Do
for
Vans
that year.
count?
I haven't bought a van in 2025.
I'm just saying, do Vans count?
Yes,
Do
all
Adidas
sneakers
count?
count.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not buying a single
We'll see.
thing in 2026.
We'll see.
I mean, you got a little faith.
You right about that.
No.
You act like that's surprising.
You may have more. You're gonna have more pickups than me in 2026. Now. So that is my New Year's resolution. And hey, you're right. Maybe I'll break it.
The biggest problem is
Maybe I'll break
you
it.
don't even say all your pickups. That's the biggest problem.
Maybe I'll break it.
You will.
Maybe I'll break
You
it. Maybe
might.
I won't. But let me tell you something. I guarantee if I don't break it,
At most
January
elephants
5th,
come out in January. You
January
copping.
5th, January. I already see some bangers that come out next year I want. Bangers. And Devin Bookers don't count because that come out in January. I got to get a pair of Devin Bookers.
Well, you already broke that thing.
Well, I got to buy it then in December off GOAT then early. Look.
Don't look at me.
Look.
You the one speaking.
As of right now, for the listener of this podcast, the very last episode of this podcast will be January 5th, 2027. Are you okay with that? You think you can do one more year?
I don't care.
One more year? Now, like I said, I'm a very arrogant person. I like being the best, so it may go longer. I don't know, but I hope not. I think there's enough podcasts right now. I feel like we've touched on every single topic that exists. I feel like I see other podcasts and people on social media personalities bring up stuff that we've talked about a long time. I saw somebody recently post, man, you ever notice that Kith pictures make him look so much better? Yeah, it's time to wrap this up. If you catch a
You
recognizing...
should be happy that these kids are talking like this.
No, that's fine, but I feel like we didn't get a lot of the recognition that we deserve for it. I got a problem with that. I'm not about recognition, but I am about respect.
Yeah, you are.
I'm about respect. All right?
I mean, we broke everybody's career. I'll just say it. I mean, if you don't gonna say it, I'm gonna say it.
Say it. Preach.
We started everyone's career. And we're still on the bottom of the totem pole. We're the only ones.
Oh, shout.
I remember cats used to be like, why don't y'all be like more like Disney so you could get these contracts? Like, you don't kiss my dingus.
Man, you know how many brands have reached out and said stuff to
Can't
us?
say suck and suck my dick and
Man.
F word. Man, eat my shorts.
You can't be with a brand because Adidas won't let us talk about Nike. Nike's not going to let us talk about Adidas. Nike is not going to let us go, yeah, them Jordans suck. You can't do it. So it's not. That's why GOAT was fine with us. Oh, you know what? I will tell you this. The biggest compliment I have ever gotten with this podcast, there's two. The biggest compliment is that they say that it feels like that they are hanging out with their cousins and homies when they listen to us talk about sneakers. That's one. And two, the second biggest compliment I've ever gotten was when I went to SneakerCon, and whoever that cat was that worked for SneakerCon came up to me and said, bro, you got me through COVID. He was like, you doing those closet episodes, man, gave me something to look forward to because that freaking sucked. I was like, holy shite. I was like, appreciate it. A cat told me that when their house was flooded in Houston and they were dealing with the floods in Houston, that he listened to the podcast that entire time while trying to get his family and get his stuff together. I said, dang, bro. I'm like, you should have been listening to FEMA, not us. But shout out to them cats, man. I appreciate everybody, man. All right, let's talk stuff and get the heck out of here. First of all, I do want to say something about Monday Night Football, me going to Dallas and whatnot. I know that was 2 weeks ago or whatnot, but a couple things real quick, all right, that I've learned about myself, and I've learned that I'm upset that I haven't learned prior before. I know I was texting you a lot. First of all, I didn't know Wi-Fi was free on flights that you could text right now, all right?
Yeah, they changed it.
Had no
they
idea.
Partnered with T-Mobile.
I was getting text messages.
On Southwest?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Had no idea. I thought I was the only one on the plane. I was like this. I got a text. I looked around the plane like.
You don't normally, fam, texting has been free for like 10 years.
I haven't been on Southwest plane in a while, man. But either way, even when I've been on it, I've never gotten a text message one time.
Well, you got to connect to it.
Maybe that's what it is.
Accept the thing.
Maybe that's what it is. I had no idea. But I was texting you how bad those flights were. I figured it out, all right? If your pilot has no confidence in his voice when he addresses the flight, your flight is going to be bad. You know? It's a guarantee. You know? I was like, both my flights going, now it was a storm of the century going there. The plane wanted to do a barrel roll, no joke. We might have did a loop-to-loop. You know? The plane going there, the pilot got on the mic, zero confidence. If your pilot gets on the microphone when you're on a plane, I want you to pay attention to you and Hannah fly a lot. I want you to pay attention to when you sit down, getting your iPad ready and getting yourself settled in and whatnot on the flight. I want you to pay attention to the pilot on the intercom. When the pilot goes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you flying with Southwest today. I'm just using Southwest as the flight. We appreciate you flying with Southwest today. We will be departing quite shortly. We will be probably flying at around 47,000 feet above. Obviously, at 10,000 feet, you could turn your electronics on and whatnot. The weather in our destination looks like it's around 57 with the winds coming from the northwest. Light winds coming from the northwest. We should have you touch down in your destination probably within 2 hours of your flight. Don't forget, this fantastic crew will be serving you beverages and whatnot, and premium beverages are...
is this a good example or a bad example?
This is a good example.
Okay.
This is a good example. And premium beverages are the extra cost. We do not take cash on the flight. It's an electronic flight payment or whatnot. Thank you so much. We should be pulling away from the gate shortly, and we appreciate you flying with us because you could have been flying with anybody else, and we'll be leaving out here shortly. Thank you guys very much. That is a pilot of confidence. You could sit back and lean with it. Every single pilot I had that weekend, filling out
mellow ball.
Just filling out some paperwork really quick, and then we're gonna put the weight in the computer to see if the plane is. You're gonna put the weight. I never heard that in my life. Do not tell me pilot secrets. I know it exists. You got to make sure the weight is right. I don't want to hear that. And then he goes, weather is. We're probably going to have the crew sit buckled up the entire flight. I wish I could have the seatbelt light off for you guys, but I think that we're going to leave the flight on for the duration of the flight for safety purposes. I'm like, fam, you got zero confidence in your address of us. You talking like, nope. Sound like a bunch of ellipses. He's like, the weather looking like, and then turn the radio off and then come back on. Probably, we should be landing in about 47 minutes to Vegas, touchdown. But we'll get you guys out of here shortly. Thank you very much. That's it. That's how I know the flight is going to be bad. Both flights going and both flights coming back. I was like, all right, man, I'm done with this. That's the one thing that I recognize. And two, the Raiders movement to Las Vegas is the worst decision in sports history, though. It's embarrassing, though. I know you didn't talk about it that much when you went to the Raiders thing, but you had to recognize how dramatically different.
Well, that was
Raiders...
the one. So the game that we went to, ironically, was the one game they played well in the last 2 months.
No, well, who did they play when you went?
The Jags.
The Jags. Okay.
So it went to overtime, and the Raiders went for 2 and should have won the game, and the pass was tipped at the line instead of wide open receiver.
Now,
It was like the
Jags-
one time Geno Smith's played well in the last 2 months.
That environment was probably more Raiders fans than Jags fans, I would assume.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. We knew, like all of us Raider fans who are from California, we knew it was going to be like that in Vegas. It's been like that already for the last 5 years or whatever since they started there. Now, against teams like the Jags or whatever, these other teams that aren't rivals or don't have a following, it's Raider fans. But when the Chiefs come, when the Broncos come, Cowboys, Green Bay Packers, those kind of fans, those teams that have the following, and number one, either a rival or people that treat Vegas like a true vacation thing and they just go into the game because they're on vacation, like, you're not going really all the way from Jacksonville to Vegas. I'm sure plenty of fans did, and I saw fans that were dressed out there. But it's not like going from like Kansas City or Denver to Vegas, a short flight. You know what I mean? That might be an hour, 20 minutes, hour and a half. Kansas City is probably a little bit longer, 3 hours maybe, but that's not that bad. Fam, flying from the bottom of Florida to Vegas is a long flight and more expensive.
And the Jaguars don't have like the
I mean, this would be the 1 year to follow the Jags, but why? But I'm sure, in other words, I guess the point I'm trying to make is I'm sure Jags tickets are cheap enough at home that you don't got to do that. People in Denver and Kansas City and Dallas, like, the tickets probably are not cheap there, so they're like, well, we can get a cheaper ticket in, maybe not a super cheap ticket, but a cheaper ticket in Vegas and then still go to Vegas.
Shout out to my dogs that always take care of me when I go out there. We had tables in the sports bar. We sat in the sports bar from all the way from the very first morning game all the way to the end game and did the most drinking in the history of drinks.
Where was this at, in the hotel?
Flankers in Mandalay Bay. Awesome. And, you know, a lot of cats are like, fam, I need you to hook me up. No. My friends get hooked up for all the hard work that they do, and they include me when they get hooked up. That's why we get to go on the field. That's why we get to do all these things and eat free and do all this stuff. Fam, let me tell you something. Now, you know the person that I'm with. I'm not going to say his name on here because he was kind of wilding in this story I'm about to tell you. But let me tell you something on why I was like, yeah, this ain't the same Raider fan base, and this was the worst decision of all time. They should send the Raiders back to Oakland, figure that out and build them a new stadium, give Oakland something, and then give Vegas an expansion team since they've already built the foundation and a stadium from there. We're in a bar. We're in a place called Bottle Blonde. You've heard of Bottle Blonde. I'm not talking about this place.
Yeah, they got them. I mean, the first one was in Scottsdale.
Yeah, so we're in Bottle Blonde, right? We just like going to get some drinks. We're just hanging out, whatnot. Me and one of the vendors, you know, we're in there chilling, right? You know, it's like some weirdos in there. It ain't packed in there. Just a bunch of weirdos who just hanging out. It's Vegas. It's like you got 8 trillion places to hang out. Bottle Blonde isn't like top on people's
Like, this is in a casino, though.
No, it's like outside on the strip. Like it's like in this weird alley. There's a part of Vegas I'd never been before. It's an alley, and there's a ton of stuff through there. Now, one thing I've learned about this is not trust.
About where Park MGM is? Because that's the same place. Like by T-Mobile?
I don't know, man.
Do you know anything?
No, I've never seen them before in my entire life. I've been to Vegas a trillion times.
Guess that's it.
Man, let me tell you something. We walked outside of it. I was playing like top tier hip hop. We was like, ooh. But like they do that strategically. They set the speakers up a certain way so outside it sounds like hip hop. As soon as you cross your threshold, literally walked in, it was a band in there play that funky music, White Boy. I was like, oh,
In
come
Bottle
on.
Blonde or in what?
In Bottle Blonde. And that was the lower level. Upstairs level, they play like some hip hop, but you know, they mix it with a little
The
bit of house.
one here is a club, I'm pretty sure. They got girls that dress skimpy and stuff.
Not this one. No.
Oh, that one was different?
So let me tell you how I know Raiders fans, and this is bad. My homie that I'm with, right? He's trying to incite a riot. Okay. It was a bunch of YMs there. All right, young Mexicans. All right. Now let me tell you something. We're talking about Raiders. We're talking about Cowboys fans. We're talking about Mexicans, and they're with their girls, right? The homie I'm with gets on the. He's trying so hard to get them angry, and I'm like, he's trying to start a fight. We would have got whooped up. We would have got jumped because it was way too many of them. He gets on the dance floor and he goes like this. On the dance floor, an empty dance floor. He goes like this. All of the Raiders fans with their girls are sitting in these chairs. He goes like this. He puts his hands in there. He goes, if you're a Raiders fan, you are gay. They all looked at us like this. What is this guy's problem? He needs to relax. I go, oh yeah, Raiders got no business being in here. If your Raiders fans ain't ready to go crazy on the Cowboys fans inside of there talking crazy like that, zero
Wait,
fights.
so the man who lived in Vegas who was hosting, can I say it?
There was nobody hosting us.
I thought you just said you was with one of the vendors or something.
No, they were just there too.
So who said what you saying?
That was my homie.
Oh, he said that.
Yeah,
oh,
he
I thought
said
you said the vendor. You was with the
No,
vendor.
no. My homie said that. No,
Oh,
and the Raiders fans and the girls looked at him like, "Gee, golly, what's this guy's problem?"
Gee, God.
I go, "These aren't Raiders fans. Son. What has happened to Raider Nation? No? We're out there tailgating and stuff like that. No, but it's cordial. No, it's unacceptable. There were 0 cowboy fights. There were 0 fights. There were 0 arguments. There was 0. We were beating them down. And the Raider fans were like, good game, guys. Good game. Don't you want to fight? Don't you want to throw something at us? Don't you want to do something? It was 80-20 Cowboys fans in there. Period.
Oh, yeah, I believe it.
Period. It was disgraceful. It's one of the worst decisions in sports history to have a historic franchise like the Raiders in Vegas. Period. Everybody there that's a Raiders fans are like, well, I've lived in Vegas my entire life, and I just always rooted for the 49ers this entire time. So, like, now rooting for the Raiders, I'm like, I really don't have a relationship for them, but they're here. No. You have to let a new city build their own fan base, period. You can't bring a historic franchise to Vegas. I felt bad. I legit felt bad for the Raiders when they came out because they were being booed. The boos were so loud from the Cowboys fans that the Raiders fans had no chance. The only time they got a cheer was when Max Crosby came out the tunnel because the Cowboys fans were cheering too because we hope that we can get him down the road. The place went nuts for Max. But the Raiders fans... too nice now, too cordial. We're walking through talking junk. I'm not, but everybody talking junk. The Raiders fans are like, hey, guys, we fought hard. We thought we had one this year with Geno. I say, yeah, get this out of here. Get this out of here. And I'm talking Raiders Cowboys, not Raiders Jags, not Raiders, Buccaneers or something. I'm talking about a Raiders Cowboys, Raiders Rams, Raiders Niners, Raiders, and maybe Kansas City, maybe Denver. I'll even maybe throw Denver. I expect the action of maybe violence of taking place. I expect at least loud voices, period. If the Raiders were in California playing the Rams or the Niners, bloodshed. 0 in Vegas. I don't like it. I don't care how that sounds. I do not.
I was going to say, I hope you qualify that.
I do not like Raiders fans being nice now. Vegas is too nice because they're not fans of the Raiders. I hate it. And I don't like the A's being there now either. Change the name. But you can't change the name of such a historical franchise like the A's and the Raiders. Like, put the A's back in Oakland and call the A's, this new team, the Rolling Dices or something. Like, no. I hate it. Anyways. And fam, when
you sound like a bad
person.
Hold
on, and fam, when they landed the airplane, no joke. First of all, the flight was horrible. All right, the flight was one of the worst flights I've ever been on in my entire life. I was white knuckle terrified. All right, fam, I always thought, why when you fly through clouds, it's so bumpy. When you fly through clouds in your dreams, you like this. In an airplane, flying through clouds is out of control. I swear to God, I hate it.
I would explain it to you, but you don't believe it. So you don't believe in calories. You don't believe in air pressure. You don't believe in nothing.
Damn. When the plane landed here, I'm talking, it felt like we landed on glass, dude. Everybody on the plane looked at each other and went like this. Okay. Fam, the front of the plane wasn't even down yet. We didn't recognize it. The back wheels hit the ground, and it was like, shh. I was like, okay, pilot. All of a sudden, the plane, we were like this, riding on the runway. All of a sudden, the plane went like this. All of us flew forward, almost flew out of our seats. I was like, oh my God, get me off this plane. Anyways, shout out to Southwest.
You're safe at that point, so
I mean, who knows? Because we hit the ground so hard, the front of the plane, I thought the engines were going to blow up or something. I was like, fam, get me off of this. I got to get home. I was like, I got to get back home to solid ground. My family.
You was in Vegas too long. That's what happened.
Anyways, pickups, George. You got any pickups?
Come on, man.
Cool. Greg, you got any pickups? Nope, me neither. What come out this week, George? Let's do releases.
Oh, God.
We still got a podcast to do, buddy. We got topics.
A podcast to do. We've been here 2 hours already.
Have we?
I mean, I don't think it's been recording 2 hours, but yes, it's 7:07. We got here at 5. Well, I don't know what time you got.
The fans deserve it. We got a lot of topics, but we ain't going to spend too much time on them. What come out this week, George?
Let's see here. Got to always remember how to get back to the calendar.
Yeah.
Chase B times Travis Scott, Jumpman Jack TR.
You like those?
Not that colorway, though. That colorway sucks.
Sheesh.
I mean, you can wear it on the field if you play for like the Bears or Green Bay, Buccaneers.
Tundra. The frozen tundra.
Well, not in Green Bay. You have to be on a turf field somewhere, but
Ford Field.
Detroit. You can wear those there.
It's a Silver Dome.
Who else? Yes, probably responsible for the most ACL tears of any building in history.
Cats don't remember football players actually playing on AstroTurf. Like
Marvin Harrison used to wear Jordans every game, like Jordan basketball shoes.
Yeah, I mean that's where the whole trainers and like Barry Sanders and all that stuff used to be top.
I mean,
tier
they still had trainer football shoes, which most guys wore.
Yeah,
but Marvin Harrison would just be out there in Jordans. He didn't care, and it'd be a couple people.
Everything.
Air Foamposite Pro Pearl and Pearl Vaporposite Cleat.
What's crazy is the cleat looks better than the Foamposite. But
It's more of like a champagne color. The other one looks like too like tannish or yellowish or something.
I don't remember who it was. It was a young lady on Twitter. I don't know why I call it young lady.
Young lady.
But she was trying hard to figure out why that they didn't have specific size, I guess her size in it on Twitter. And I really wanted to ask her for the white Foamposite. I really wanted to ask her, where are you going? Like, what do you need a Foamposite for, young lady?
What do you mean on Twitter though? Oh, she was adding Nike or whatever.
Mad because like
she trying to shop.
No,
on Twitter or something.
On what? Like because on Sneakers app and whatever didn't have her size and like started with a certain size, she did a small size. And I really want to say like, where you going? Where you need a Pro Foamposite?
Might be from DMV though.
I'm you know what? We're gonna talk about them Tim Duncans because that tweet that I sent out made way too much traction, and I'm really getting tired of cats from the DMV talking to me. Because they've been hanging,
creating enemies everywhere. Canada,
cats on the DMV been hanging way too long on that. We wear Foamposite talk, all right? Because all them cats from the DMV on Twitter and Instagram, I never see any of them post a foam ever, but they swear Baltimore, Virginia, DC, Maryland.
Might be able.
They swear
you might be able to fight off Canada, though, but you can't fight off both.
I'm not trying to fight them off. I'm just trying to say, yo, get stop. All right, and we'll talk about it a little bit. What else come out this week?
Lego Nike Dunk Low Tour Yellow.
I saw it. It looks fine. It's great for a kid.
Well, it is a kid's shoe.
They completely stole that guy's design concept though. Remember that artist that was like making that where it was like outlining everything in like dark?
Yeah.
They stole his concept, dude. I hope they paid him for that. No?
I doubt it. There's a Kith Nike pack with a bunch of different stuff.
It's only for kids. Coming out. I mean, I guess you buy kids Christmas gifts, but what's up, man? And it's a raffle. They put the raffle out. Sign up for the raffle today. For kids? Are you okay? There should be an abundance amount of kids sneakers.
Why is this called Curry Brand?
It's always been Curry Brand. It's his own branch off of Under Armour. It's still Under Armour, but like it's like Jordan Brand.
When did they? Are you?
Fam.
Ain't no way they started calling it Curry Brand, and I didn't know this. That's impossible.
I mean, you're the one that do releases.
Banditos Tacos.
Know what I said?
Curry Brand.
It ain't Taco Boys. Curry Brand.
I mean, you're laughing at it. There's no way they called it that. This is a brand new thing.
That. It's just that you just happen to recognize the brand on the end of Curry. Now you just usually would say
this says Curry Brand. I'm not even joking.
It says brand.
No, it's fake.
All right.
Jordan 4. That's why they don't exist no more. Jordan 4 Black Cats.
Them joints gonna sit. What's crazy is that how them joints got to like $700. They was in the outlets. They sat when they first came out the first time. I remember we was like, nah, we good. Cats was like, yo, go to Anthem. They got them at the outlet. They had so many at the Anthem outlet, and then they went up to like $700 on like GOAT and everything.
I think this is the third time they've been released.
Maybe.
In however many years.
You got it?
Supposedly 130,000 pairs, which means...
Is that a lot?
I mean, it's not a little. It's not a million, but...
Well, I don't know like what's like considered like a lot nowadays. Like, you know, obviously a million's a lot, but I'm like, there's so many times that we're like, there's something that we actually want, and we go, oh shit, they got about 190 pairs, we good, and we don't get one. No.
You got Undefeated?
Undefeated Force had more than 130,000 pairs.
Well, yes, they did, but you got a pair.
Yeah, I didn't get a pair. You got me a pair. Which means you got two.
It's in your possession.
You got three. I know cats that got 3. I got
in
0.
your possession.
Yes, thank you. I still owe you for that too.
Yes, you do, and don't you forget it.
I know you've been thinking about it.
No, I ain't been thinking about it, but
you've been
you reminded me.
losing
You know.
It looked like Hannah wanted to say something extra to me when she was here.
All right. Yes, she wanted to slam that in your face.
You got that.
Yeah.
Real quick, George, don't forget. George, don't forget.
Yeah, that's what
That's
she
how
told me
wives
when I
do it
walked
too.
through the door.
That's how wives do it too. Don't forget that. Don't forget that.
All right.
Ask me about that thing.
Dunk Low SB Krampus.
You cop it?
Your favorite character.
You cop it?
I mean, I can't even. It's just a black and red shoe. Like, I mean,
You like it better than the one you had copped?
well, clearly that was
Why?
that was a horrendous.
You know what's funny?
Fam. Oh, by the way, seeing somebody at the gym carrying Jatus, fire. I mean,
Yeah. I wore mine on Halloween.
like, yes, you dressed up as Ja.
Yeah, I was like,
I don't know if he was going to hoop or done hooping or what it was, but he was carrying them through, and he just kept going back and forth through LA Fitness carrying them. I don't know. Maybe he just showed up just to carry his shoes around to show people. I don't know. It was pretty weird.
my shoes. Wear testers.
I didn't understand the point of what he was doing. Nike Asia One Dog Mom.
What?
I don't know why it's pink. I mean,
There's more Asia ones coming out. Enough.
Jordan 11 China.
No thanks.
They don't even
America.
look. They don't even look right.
It looks like the spirit of a Jordan 11. Why is it all gray like that?
A fake one. I think it's bad
Sucks.
lighting. That's the anti-Kith filter.
God.
What's today? 25th. How far are we going?
Shoot. We ain't coming. I don't know. Go to.
Let's see.
What else is there?
Let's see. I'll go to December 9th. That's 2 weeks. Nike Air Flight Posit Jason Kidd Mavericks.
What? Hold on. Let me see that. Oh, no. I'm thinking like the Jason Kids that we like.
Yeah, I call them the Michael Dickersons.
Not you love calling somebody else.
You're
Probably
right.
call Penny's Mike Bibby.
Every Arizona player is responsible for making stuff popular from that team.
Fine.
Thank you.
You're right, because I agree. I don't want to, but I agree.
Thank you. Jordan 1.
That's when March Madness was top tier.
I mean, it still is.
And I'm trying to get back home so I can watch the Honolulu Classic, whatever, Maui Classic.
It's not even worth it anymore. No good teams go there. You need to watch Players Era.
I don't know what that is.
You in the city you just came back from.
That sounds like a golf tournament.
No, it doesn't.
Players
That doesn't
Era?
sound like anything like a golf
It don't
tournament.
sound like a basketball tournament.
I mean,
Players there. Now if it's players,
hey,
if it was
they ain't
players,
putting spice on it
they
like
play
that,
basketball.
buddy. Okay,
The
yes.
players,
Yes,
that's
if
golf.
If Tupac was the event organizer in New York City,
Players era, I would have thought, okay, that's
All right, buddy. Yes, him and Bill, and what's his name? Bill. What's his name? Bill Budden.
what's that nerd name you text? What was his name? You sent that 3-point, that guy shooting that 3, and you Julian.
Oh, Newman.
You ever watch him on YouTube?
No, I refuse.
Embarrassing.
I see it on social media every once in a while.
God.
Yeah, all he does is a million crossovers and shoot threes.
He's a Twitcher now, I think.
They all are. That's the only reason people are famous these days.
He said that he will whoop up Curry, though.
All right.
Please, man, I hope he gets into heaven.
I don't know who any of these people are. The people that are popular. Neon Blue. What's the
I've
other one?
seen them on social media, but I don't know.
Jack
anything.
Dorsey. What's his name?
I see that geek, but I've only ever seen him like
Jack-a-lack.
act like he was gonna fight people or something. A bodyguard. Like,
Yes, bodyguard is
text him.
always knocking people out.
Oh,
Neon Green.
Jack Doherty.
Jack Jackington. I don't know.
Is it Doherty? Oh,
I have no idea.
I know who you're talking about.
These are like names I see and I like recognize them now. I know what they look like, but I don't know what they do. And then I see all these videos where like streamers go out on the street and get beat up.
All I do is see them like with a bunch of girls in a room, and I'm like, "Yo, cats watch this." I'm sorry,
Oh, you talking about what's the name, man?
any of them.
Speed.
Well,
and other-
no, they
what's-
do the same things too. Like, don't
what's the other man?
be in a
Yeah.
room and
Yeah, that's
girls.
what he's known for. What's
You
his name?
know, I'm not gonna sit there like Kai and Speed and all them.
Yeah, is that his name? Kai. What's
Yeah,
his name?
Sanat, Kai Sanat.
Oh, there you go. Senat. Yeah, I couldn't think of his name.
I look at them and I go, you know what? I really like them young cats. Like they just doing their thing, and they just happen to just come up off of something that probably nobody had any idea was going to be as big as it is. But at the exact same time, if you watch that stuff, you're an actual loser.
Yeah, you're a nerd.
You're no.
Oh no, you are a nerd.
No.
Yeah, you are.
You're a loser.
And a nerd.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You're weird and a loser.
And a nerd.
Nerd is light work today.
Fine, whatever.
You got to go harsh than that. Like if you're willing to sit there and watch people just stare at this computer screen and the camera, and then like a girl get up and twerk every once in a while, then they be laughing and joking, and somebody breaks something, and they come back and they be like, "What you doing?" And you be talking about in the chat and donating money. Them cats be like, "Yo, thank you for the $100. Thank you for the $50."
They do that on YouTube now
weird.
too.
You're a weird person, man. You're a weird person. You're a loser. I would never allow my kids to watch that. Now, when they're old enough to move out, you do whatever you want. You will never watch any of those geeks ever in my home.
Oh, I assumed Cortez already was.
Heck no. YouTube was not even allowed in my house. Period.
Dang, you're North Korea though.
Only people allowed to watch YouTube in the house is me on Sunday, or if I show them something. And the reason why I took YouTube from Cortez is because one time we were driving back from in town, and he was like, "Yo, Andrew Tate would have said this." I said, "What'd you say? Who?" I said, "How you know who Andrew Tate is?" "Oh, Andrew Tate be talking that." I said, "YouTube is banned in the house, period." And it ain't because of Andrew Tate, because you're listening to stuff that you're not even old enough to understand. You shouldn't even be listening to, period. So YouTube ain't even on their TV in the room. It's only on my TV in the bedroom so I can watch NFL, and that's it.
They got tablets, don't they?
And it's not on there. Now, Cruzy has kids' YouTube because I could regulate that and upgrade the age as she gets older. Cortez, he ain't got YouTube on his iPad. He knows better. Now, every once in a while, I'll give him my phone. We driving a long drive, or he just, after practice, he want to look at some shorts or something. Cool, I'm tripping. But as soon as I hear some weird stuff, back, give it back to me now. I don't allow it. Go.
Rocio hear that Andrew Tate, she might shoot him, no? You might want to.
Well, she don't even know who it was, but she trusts me. I said, you don't want to hear about that nonsense, son.
You better hope she don't look it up, though. She'll shoot you and him, huh? Mm-hmm. Jordan 1, high retro sale, University Red. Jordan 40, Bordeaux. I don't know what the point of that shoe is. The entire shoe is like purple-ish Bordeaux and suede. What? You can't wear that on the court. What is that going to do? The whole argument for like Jordans continuing to be made was technology. I mean, that's like a Vans.
That's the 40 though. Like that model's fire though.
That's like a skate high. No, it's not.
No, that 40 model's fire though.
Don't do that.
You can't tell with that whack color on top of it.
But, buddy,
Bordeaux is such a whack color.
Don't do that.
It's too close. I used to think it was fire. Bordeaux was barely on the Bordeaux 7s. They were gray majority. It had that right there. That's overkill. You're drunk. That's too much wine.
Nike Dunk Low SB Deep Fur.
The freak does that mean?
Green.
Oh, I thought you meant like furry.
No, dark green, like a fir tree.
Fire or not fire?
I mean, it's got a gum outsole and it's all green. I would wear it, but I'm not buying it.
No, thank you. That looks like it's up your alley, though. Pause.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
You tend to like own like some really casual dunks, like every once in a while, stuff like that. You just come out of nowhere with a dunk. You're like, what the heck is that?
Okie dokie.
Something I got.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Devin Booker, Nike Pack, Tigers, orange and blue.
I'm sorry, what? I was thinking about something else.
Blazer low. Devin Booker.
Oh, look. Right here.
You say you
Andy
know
sent
what it
those
was.
pictures of those garbage.
I mean, they suck. PSG, Jordan 5, off Noir.
Oh, shout out to the homie Mike, too.
Jordan?
No, Mike.
B. Jordan?
Mike Gilroy? I think that's his last name. Mike Gilroy from Sneaker History Podcast. Shout out to him, though.
I watched What You Call It
homies
again
as well,
last night, by the way, or maybe 2 nights ago. That movie is fire, though. You probably hate it.
What'd you watch?
What you call it? What's it called? Blazer? What's the one where they vampires? Fight vampires? What's it called? Blazers? Night Terrors?
Until Dusk Till Dawn?
No, man. Michael B. Jordan movie where he's the
Sinners?
twins. Yeah, Sinners.
That movie was
I had a feeling you were gonna hate on it. That movie was fire, though. Don't do that.
Man, stop.
That movie was fire.
Fam, the movie was fire and whack. Like, cats be gassing this stuff up.
Don't do
like,
that.
Y'all gassed that joint way up, way too much. Now, it was by far Michael B. Jordan's greatest movie and acting of all time. Period. He is a whack actor to me. He is a whack actor.
No, he's not a whack actor.
He had to play, and he played 2 parts. He did it phenomenally. He's a
I don't know if it's his
whack.
best movie, though, but
It's his best movie all time.
I don't know if that's true, but he's not a whack actor.
Yes, he is.
He was in The Wire. You probably didn't even know that.
If you don't stop. Excuse me.
I'm just telling you. You didn't know that?
He was the kid. He got smoked. Not whack. Mid actor. Mid. He's mid. But that right there, that was phenomenal. All right? Great acting. I like the story. I like the different take on the vampire movie. I do. I appreciate it. But at the same time, stop it. All right? Stop.
The movie was fire.
Baby.
It was. Don't do that.
Stop, man.
What? Well, be honest.
I need the homies from, they're supposed to come on this podcast. They have their local podcast. They do movie reviews. It's called Fresh Popcorn Podcast. They keep canceling on us. I want them to come on here and talk movies. Because another movie did you watch Weapons?
Yes.
Thoughts?
The way you looked at me when you said that was insane. Wait till you see.
Stupid.
Wait till you. Of course, it's stupid, but wait till you see. You said it was fire at first. I'm pretty
Never.
sure.
Did not.
You said something was fire.
I didn't say anything at all. Until
Maybe
I made
you
sure
said the trailer was fire, or you said
trailer.
something was
I
fire.
couldn't wait. Huh? I saw it first day when it came out.
You said something was
as
fire.
soon as the sun went down, I saw it. Lame.
I think it was fire and completely stupid.
It was stupid.
I'm not. Gonna,
I solved the case when the movie came on.
What do you mean?
Hey, you ain't seen it already? That's your fault. Clearly, the boy has something to do with it. Like, the parents are mad at the teacher, wondering what did the teacher do to get the kids to leave the house. 99.9% of the class left except one boy. If it was the teacher's fault, everybody would have left. They did not want to talk to the boy. They didn't want to investigate. They didn't talk to his actual parents. They didn't want to do anything with the boy because they were
did.
No. They talked to the parents, like the parents and the aunt was in that room or whatnot, but they didn't investigate that any further.
The parents were already under the trance by then.
That's fine, but their house was covered in newspapers, like it was stupid things. And then you got the FBI.
They pulled the newspaper down when the police came. Buddy, are you okay?
They had the FBI and the local police there, and all of them are like this. But then a construction man and a school teacher pull out a map. He pulls out a map, looks at Ring cameras, maps. Hey, they ran that way. Hey, he ran this way. Hey, they ran that way. And then they find it. Stop it. Stop it.
The balloon's about to fall.
The movies with these FBIs and these dumb police departments are insane. The FBI is like this. We don't know. The kids are just gone.
I mean, it's pretty accurate.
Stop it.
It's pretty accurate.
So nobody looked at the Ring cameras and saw where the kids were running in that direction and mapped it out. No, a construction man and a teacher got together and was like, I think I know where they are.
Well, the teacher wasn't in on the teacher didn't do the math thing. She just followed the boy.
Yes, and then her and Thanos got together and they talked it out. All right.
Thanos, what are you talking about?
That's the man who played Thanos. Whatever his name is.
Oh, Josh Brolin. I thought you were talking about the Asian teacher man.
Nah. And then what was he? Was he a zombie?
Are you okay?
I'm asking.
The crazy old lady turned them into something we still don't know.
Thank you. What?
Well, we don't know. That's the part that's dumb.
Like, he didn't eat nobody. He just punch him in his nose.
Yes, we get it.
All right.
Punch him in his nose.
You done releases?
I don't know, to be honest.
That's fine. Let's stop. Not making no more graphics. Booker 2 finally released. Unveiled. Thoughts?
I don't even know if I've actually seen a clean picture of it. I'm going to go look it up real quick.
Yeah, we posted it all night in the thread. There was about 1 million
Buddy,
post
you
threads.
act like everybody don't go in there and bypass a bunch of text that's old.
You shouldn't bypass them.
You bypass everything.
Never.
Yeah, you do.
I eventually go back to it.
No, you don't, because I've said some funny things in there and nobody ever responds. That's how I know.
They're not funny.
It ain't my own text. It's videos. Literally the videos that we send back and forth to each other all day long.
The only time that I don't respond to them was when I already seen them a million times, and I just hate hurting y'all feelings being like, man, I already saw that.
Hurt my feelings.
All right.
You don't relax.
All right. That's the only way I don't respond to them.
Hurt my feelings.
Y'all be like, man, Greg see everything. Y'all think I be on the internet all day. Nope. I set a specific set of time on the side, and I go through as much internet as I possibly can within an hour, and I just
That's impossible. You stay on the internet.
Nope.
It's impossible.
Yeah, I don't. You could check my times.
I don't even know how one would do that.
You go to your iPhone and you check how much internet time that you spend. It'll tell you. Shout out to David Blackman as well. No, that's the homie as well. He sent us some stuff from his brand as well.
I don't even remember what you asked.
Oh my gosh! Shout out to Erica. She's the richest girl on the planet. Huh?
The richest girl on the planet.
I think she's in like London now. Huh? Oh, what does she do?
Okay, you talk about that. I didn't know who you were talking about at first. Yes, you talking about World Traveler, Erica.
Oh my gosh! What does she do? I want to work for her.
That might be her job,
man. Like sitting in first class and stuff like that, and then wake up in Rome or something.
You ain't trying to be gone that much.
I mean, you're right, but god dang, once a year? Shoot. Man.
Then you ain't trying to do that job then.
Shout out to Erica, man. Is that it? What,
you
seen book 2 yet?
You said done. Oh, you want me to look Booker 2 up. That's what I just
gosh.
I just said to you, I don't remember what you asked me.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Look, the book 2 is fine. You know what I get from the book 2? The only thing I get at the book 2 is that all these publications and Nike, they can actually keep a secret. Huh?
Which even of these are the real pictures? Is that the real picture?
That's the real picture. He wore those the other night against the Blazers. Huh? Look.
I mean, they don't suck, but they suck.
Yeah, they don't suck, but they suck. But let me tell you something. All I learned from the book 2 unveiling is that Nike and all these sneaker publications, they can actually keep a secret.
What is this supposed to be?
That's the Spiridon version that's going to come out
of
next year.
Lowe's or what? Because that ain't the same model.
It's the same model.
No, it ain't.
It's just covered up.
No, it ain't.
We saw that model first, but we weren't sure.
This model is higher and got a pull tab on the back. That's not the same model, though.
Yeah, but some of the books have pull tabs, some of them don't.
So it's a low. That's what I said.
No, that's not a low. That is the same cut.
No, it's not.
All right. Look, like I said,
you can see the two shoes next to each other.
Like I said,
You're the book 2 person if you think those are the same.
The book 2 and book 2
that brownie
is proof that Nike and all these things publications can keep a secret. We just saw an official, like a clear picture of the book 2. What, last week? Whenever this first came out?
This said 8 days ago.
I know what sneakers are coming out in fall 2027, but we could not see a picture of book 2. Anytime Booker was at the gym shooting, they had the pixelated blur on his feet every time a video was posted.
Okay.
Why don't they do that with all the sneakers? Why the book 2? Why was the book 2 such a top secret thing? But I know the sneakers that come out in fall.
Well, they probably just didn't show the leakers that shoe. I mean, that's had to be what it is.
Do that for everything. Get rid of
it. It might not be possible.
Get rid of everybody.
It might be people at the factory or something. Like, who knows?
But why not the Bookers? Like, did the Bookers be made at a completely off-site nuclear warship or something?
Maybe you're not allowed to take a phone in or take a phone out.
Hold on.
You live in North Korea, so you can tell me that.
And that's fine. If you could do it for Bookers, you could do it for anything.
Possible?
That's my point. The Bookers aren't that special enough to keep top secret like that. Like they barely look dramatically different from the book 1. And I'm copping a book 2. I got to cop a book 2. You got to cop a book 1 and a book 2. You got a lot to catch it up to do.
The only thing I need to cop is a clue on this planet. That's it.
A what?
A clue.
Yes, DJ Clue. Look, the book 2 is fine. I'm copping a pair, maybe a few pairs. I mean, he has also dope colorway. I'm not copping no Spiridon book 2. If you cop a Spiridon book 2, you're a weird person. Cop a Spiridon.
I thought you were about to say, and you don't own a Spiridon?
Like, cop a Spiridon if you like the way the book 2 looks on a Spiridon. That's stupid. Nike shouldn't even allow things like that. Nike shouldn't allow you to take...
Don't take joy from people. Let people do what they want, huh?
No. Nike shouldn't allow you to take a classic theme and put it on something else. Like, there shouldn't be a neon.
I mean, isn't that what half of Booker's ones were?
Same point I'm trying to make. They shouldn't have did that either. You should not be able to take a neon Air Max 95 and put it on the book. Now, if you want to take any other colorway of Air Max 95 and put it on the book, cool. But not the neon, not the OG classics, not the silver Spiridon. Now, if you want to try to get one of the other Spiridon colorways and throw it in the book, knock yourself out. But not the OG colorway. I don't like that.
I don't get it.
Putting a Moab ACG print on it, no.
I don't get it. No.
Now, if you want to put the secondary color, cool. But not the OG colorway. I shouldn't be able to. podcast is stupid. I
Can't
don't know
even
why
take
y'all
this-
listen to this
can't even Take this
podcast.
serious. Son.
I don't want to look at.
Don't put an original Hirachi on there, bro.
I really don't care at all. I don't even know why I'm making this argument. But I shouldn't look at a book one and know that's an Air Max 95. Period. I shouldn't. I'm sorry, I shouldn't.
Well, okay.
That sucks.
Let's take a step back. It's corny, yes. Like book. Why did Booker want all those? That's corny. But can't do it. That's a different story. Who cares?
You know why Book did that, dude? Because Book loves
Because
that
he's
persona.
corny.
Book loves that. Hold on.
Yes, that he's an OG. That's why he
he's
has
an
all
OG.
the old
Okay, thank
cars.
you. Okay, all right.
What
okay.
else? You act like I don't know.
I don't know. You don't want to ask the questions.
Buddy.
Dude, he might have had the most colorways ever for a debut sneaker in the history of sneakers.
Booker is the only man who.
And Booker's killing it this year, and the Suns are balling.
Booker is the only man whose entire aesthetic is Los Angeles, who's not from Los Angeles. I do not understand it.
Detroit player.
That's not how people from Detroit acted, dressed, or anything. I don't get it.
They pimps. They got casinos, they pimps, and they work for General Motors. Blue collar. Curry is no longer with UA. Is this a big deal? Does this matter?
I think it would have been a big deal when he was younger.
Thank you.
But now there's only so many more years that he's even going to be relevant in basketball because, like, I'm sure he's going to get tired of it at some point. Let's be honest. Like,
how old is he? 36? 38?
I think 37. I heard somebody say 37 earlier this year. Let me look.
It's more fascinating than like interesting or important.
Well, the first thing that I thought about when I heard it was, oh no, feet issues again, because that's the whole reason he went with them.
Oh,
was
that's
because,
what you thought? Oh, I didn't think that. I thought UA went out of business.
Nah,
That's
I
what I
thought
thought.
no. I mean foot issues. Not he had foot issues. He's going to get them again wearing Nike or whatever. That's what I mean. Because that's why he supposedly went with them in the first place. Because Nike and whoever else couldn't build him a shoe that would stop breaking his feet or hurting his ankles or doing what. I mean, I've been watching that one. So,
The battery.
he's 37. He'll be 38 in March.
Look, it's not news whatsoever. Everybody's making a big deal of him wearing like Jordans and Kobe's and stuff like that in warm-ups into the tunnel and all that stuff. Fam, he looks like a nerd.
I mean,
these sneakers.
I mean, listen, the news media or not news media, but you know what I mean. The what's it
Sneaker
called?
media?
The
Internet, Twitter.
sure, like the circle of what's the news cycle. The news cycle needs that kind of stuff. So
Exactly.
obviously that's going to be important to people.
Oh, I know why it exists. It's just, it's stupid. Like, he's too old now for it to matter. That's like if LeBron wasn't with Nike today. Then what? Like, it's like, thanks. Like, where's he going to go next? I saw all these, like, logos with the Curry logos. He has a max of, like, if he's about to be 38, he has a max of maybe 2 years. He could probably get to 40 because he's a shooter, but all that running around and off the screens he does, he ain't going to be able to do that no more. Like, there's no way he's going to get past 40 if he can even get up to 40. Incredible shape, great player, great shooter and stuff like that. But this is, like you said, you just need the news for it. Fam, he goes to Nike, who cares? Like, he goes to Reebok, who cares? He can only go to Nike because if he goes to Anta or anything
I mean,
else,
I'll say it's cool to see him wear stuff that we love. I'll say it's cool to see that. I don't mean like necessarily in the game or whatever. Like
cool is a very strong word though, because he looks awful in them though. It
well,
doesn't even
you're talking
look
about,
right,
but
though.
you're talking about the flu game picks. Which,
No, I'm talking about that. He didn't look good in the Kobe. They look
I mean,
weird
he wore 14s for that one warm up or whatever. Last shots, it looked fine. It looked like a basketball shoe. I mean, other ones. Maybe the Kobe one is when I thought he wore him in the game, and you said he psyched everybody out or
They
whatever.
put on a Curry.
I think it looked fine.
I mean, shit, we just did a Curry release. He's got to wear those. Like, he's got some more Curry.
When is his contract, man? I thought it was over.
No, I think but he still got Currys that are going to release. Like, it ain't like they're going to be like, scrap him. Like, they ain't sending him to like Bangladesh.
If they're not paying him, he's not going to keep wearing them to help the company out. What are you talking about?
No, well, it's part of. He still has his own brand. Still, it's still a branch of it.
Buddy, no, I don't see. I don't think they're wrong about that.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe.
We need the sneaker lawyer here.
Oh no. They. Shout out to the sneaker lawyer, man. He came on the podcast. We were the very first podcast ever to have a sneaker lawyer on the show. Period. Man.
Like I said,
Shout out to the sneaker
We've broken
lawyer,
a lot of
man.
careers here, don't?
Fam.
We're taste. What do they call them? Tastemakers.
There's a lot of cats that probably stopped listening because we didn't mention them. Yeah, we're the influence.
Original tastemakers.
But look, man, Curry doing it cool. It's fine news. Sneakers need news. Like sneakers itself aren't as exciting as they are, but sneakers need news. If Curry goes with another brand, what are they going to give him his first signature at 41? Like they just ain't got some signatures lined up for him. So when he signs, they coming out the next year.
Well, it wasn't strategic to the point where like hey, I'm leaving Curry and signing with Nike, and then the shoe is ready.
Yeah,
that'd be different.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like there's no really point to sign with anybody. Like,
yeah, it is for him to get
money.
paid.
Yeah, you want to get paid. But I'm just saying, like, if sneakerheads or anybody's anticipating, like, ooh, Nike about to give us something fire.
I don't think he would get a casual shoe anyways.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but what was
he'll be a Nike athlete. I just don't see the.
I mean, LeBron doesn't even have a casual shoe. He's had collabs or whatever, but he doesn't have a casual PE or whatever. A casual, not PE. You know what I'm talking about? What's the word I'm looking for?
Casual shoe.
No, a casual silhouette. What's the thing called when you get the shoe in? That's your shoe.
Signature.
There you go. Casual signature.
Look, man, I appreciate everybody trying to make a big deal about it. It's not a big deal. It's more of like, oh man, that's crazy. He's been with them for so long. Well, luckily he's 38 years old. He's about to wrap this up soon. Cool. You want to sign with the brand and make some bucks on the side? That's awesome. I don't think Nike or anybody's like gonna give him a division like LeBron. LeBron's gonna have LeBrons after he's done with basketball. Like they're still gonna have LeBrons. I don't think like Curry's gonna come into a brand. He has 0 retros. Like why would I? If I was Nike, I can't retro nothing you got. Like you got nothing that exists. It's literally starting from scratch. If you bring Curry to a brand, Nike wants people that they can make money off forever. You can't make money off Curry forever. You're gonna have to make all brand new stuff. Like you literally starting from scratch. He's like a new old athlete.
Most of those deals they don't make money on anyways.
You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have something to sell. Like there's nothing that they can.
Yeah, but not necessarily. You can just keep putting them in PEs over. I mean, Caitlin Clark still doesn't have her own shoe. I mean,
well, yeah, but like I'm talking about, but she's 20 years old, whatever she is. Like she's building her future, and then when she's older, then she could sell the past. Curry is coming in with no past for any brand except UA.
Yeah, but I don't think that matters to me. It would like...
Oh, no. It doesn't matter to us, but to me, if I was Nike, I'd go, dang it, like I got to start from scratch with this guy who's 38 years old. He's going to give us maybe...
But they should want to do that. They should want to innovate. They don't have nothing... They don't innovate anymore, really. No. Maybe they do, but we don't know about it.
You're 1,000% right, but you want to innovate with a 21-year-old kid. I don't want to innovate with a 38-year-old man.
Not necessarily. If anyone gives you a chance to make something new, sell something new, spend R&D, like make profit off R&D, do it. I mean,
no, of course, like yes, but I'm just saying that like.
I'm not saying I'll be interested in it. I don't care unless the shoe is fire.
It's going to be a completely different approach for Nike to sign an actual old man. Like it's unheard of. Who in the world has signed an almost 40-year-old man to a sneaker brand?
But you're not making...
Kyrie got kicked off Nike, and he was what, 27,
but
28?
What I'm saying is that's not a good enough reason to not do it. Like, just the fact that somebody's old. You asked me earlier, does it matter? And I assume you were talking about to us. No, it don't matter. He's old. We don't care no more.
Yeah, but like... I mean, I guess Curry's basketball history enough can get people to buy a new Curry sneaker, I guess.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't think he's getting a signature shoe. They just keep putting them in PEs and whatnot.
I don't know, man. Then what's the point? I feel like he wouldn't go to a brand that's not going to give him
there wasn't a big announcement that he's a Nike athlete, was there? I mean...
he's not a Nike athlete yet.
Yeah,
He's not anything yet. But it was a big announcement that he was no longer UA. Like that's
probably just one of those news cycle things. Like, what's the name? What's the one who breaks the news now?
Oh, yeah, it was Shams, but it was also TMZ. It was also ESPN.
Yeah.
It was also every single thing that you could think of.
Regular breaking news. I mean,
I don't know, man.
I think that's what it was. A regular breaking news story.
That's only If Ja left Nike, it'd be like, oh, Ja's not with Nike. I don't think it'd be like that.
Well, Ja's not a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
I mean, Steph Curry's wife is on every TV show on the planet. Like, the man's playing golf now, doing hole-in-ones and stuff. Like, he's not Jay-Z.
That's even more pointless.
He's not Jay-Z.
He's an old man. He's an old man when he was young.
So think, all right. Who's second most? Put soccer out of the thing because soccer in the U.S. doesn't matter that much. Globally, we know Ronaldo and Messi are bigger than anybody. LeBron's number one, clearly. Who's number two? Or Otani, I guess, maybe, but he's Japanese. He's not even from the U.S. Otani's number 1, I guess.
You mean athletes or just...
Yeah, known athletes. The Curry family might be number 2 behind LeBron. I can't think of anyone else, like Mahomes, maybe, but he was with Reebok or whatever. No one cares.
Adidas.
Or whatever it was.
Maybe
no one cares.
I guess. Curry family?
I can't think of anyone in baseball except Shohei. I mean... And he's Japanese. I mean, I don't know. Not that doesn't count, but he has a market that other people don't have.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Curry, LeBron.
The Curry family is number 2, probably. Like, in terms of well-known American athletes or whatever.
Yeah.
Not even American athletes. Athletes that play in the U.S. Shohei's number 1, but we'll put an asterisk. Number 2, LeBron. Number 3, Curry. I mean, who else?
I mean, what makes Curry Curry is that, like, there isn't a single person who doesn't like him. Like,
well, it's not only that, but it's everything. His wife is famous. The mom and some people do. The women like watching her.
No, they hate. Everybody hates her guts. Women, I don't know the women, but the
women like watching her.
They hate her guts.
The parents feuding during games and on the internet and whatever was a story for a while.
It was.
Steph Curry's mom being good looking and people trying to hit was a story. Like, all those things matter. I'm just saying they do. Like, we were talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce being the, like, king and queen or whatever of, what's them geeks that run around with them cameras? I can't remember nothing tonight.
Paparazzi?
Yeah, the king and queen of paparazzi or whatever. And, like, honestly, the Currys are kind of like that. Not to the level of Jay-Z and Beyonce, but they're like that, though. Much more than anyone else you can think of. Like Josh Allen and, what's her name that he married now? They're famous because he's dating a famous, or married to a famous woman? Yes. But who else?
Josh Allen probably more famous if he wasn't in Buffalo.
Well, he would be, but he's also married to one of the best actresses on the planet, so or like richest or whatever you want to call it.
Best.
You know what I mean? Best, well-known, rich, whatever. She gets paid. She's been in Marvel. She was a child actor winning Academy Awards. Like, she's one of the best actors on the planet.
Shout out to Josh Allen, bro. What else we got on this?
I have no idea.
Pickups. Oh.
Releases.
Tim Duncan is coming back out. Now,
like the shoe, you mean?
Frank, what's his name? Frank Croker? The guy that, like, went back to Nike, designed sneakers.
I have no idea.
Frank the chef. You know what I'm talking about. You know these cats. You know I don't know these cats.
I don't know these cats.
And he talked to
us. I know
us.
Eric Avar. I know Leo.
Frank.
Chanel.
I'm going to say Frank
Leo
Cook.
Chang,
I think
whatever.
it's Frank Cook. Okay. He originally said that, like, basically posted making the impression they're going to come out in 2026. But
I thought they already came back out.
Nah. I think they did like probably like 8 years ago. It's been a long time since those Tim Duncans came back out, but cats have been asking for them. Either way, they come back out in 2027. Look.
They suck.
Now.
They suck.
Hold on. Did you have them?
No.
Okay, I had them.
The shoe was bigger than some room.
Now,
right?
back when they came out, I was in 8th grade. All right. We had to get them from Nike Town, San Francisco, because my friend's dad was a doctor and he was in San Francisco working. And my friend wore a 17 when we were in 8th grade. He could only get his shoes from East Bay or the actual Nike store. So his dad would go to the Nike store as quick as he could to get the only 17s or 18s they had in the store. Get the 17, he got my pair too. The Tim Duncan Foamposite Total Max is a classic sneaker. It's super duper fire. It is what
it's a classic sneaker. It's not super fire though.
Oh no, it was super fire back then.
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
Today,
that's just because we thought it was an alien shoe.
You guys are insane. Like that tweet that I posted, I had no idea to make that much traction and have cats that upset or that bothered or that whatever. I'm tired of cats. I get it. At some point in sneaker history, the DMV was the land of foamposite. I get it. I have a hard time believing that it's still like that today. Anybody that I know from Virginia, anybody that I know from Maryland, Baltimore, D.C., that I follow on social media or that I know personally, none of them wear foamposites. I haven't seen anybody from that area post a foamposite in years. But yet, for some odd reason, foamposite, bro. Every single comment, bro. I'm from Maryland, bro. I'm from Annapolis, bro. I'm from Baltimore, bro. I'm from here, bro. I got to. I got no choice. You got no choice. Those sneakers, they're not even. I seen somebody say, "Yo, you can wear them with anything." Are you okay? Them joints are silver, gigantic. They're not even silver. They're like a periodic table element at this point. They're like uranium or something. No, they're like a like. Stop it. And let me tell you something. We've talked about it on this podcast. This is episode 400. We've talked about it on this podcast. If you still making excuses to buy sneakers, you're insane. Cats are like, fam, in the winter? They come out 2027. What you gonna do between now and then, buddy? You got options. Yo, rain shoe, fam. If you still running around, cats are like, bro, in the winter for the rain? You mean you gonna pay $270 for that joint and wear it in the winter in the rain? What are you talking about? It's like when cats used to be like, yo, this gonna go stupid in the spring. You okay? Cats used to legit look at sneakers and make an excuse for it. Them cats right there, them the same cats that like, make an excuse for like bad relationships. They be like, oh, I stay with her, but, he's really good with my kids. Yeah, but, didn't she key her car? Like, you make up these excuses to stick with these things. Rain shoe, boot, spring, what are you talking about? The internet is weird. All you cats talking about, yo, I'm from the DMV, yo, I'm from Virginia, I got no choice. Bro, in the winter, these gonna go stupid in the rain. Stop it. Them the same cats that stay with a girl because she got a BBL. But, like, she also showed up to your job and got you suspended for a week. Like, stop making up excuses to stick with bad situations. You're going to get that sneaker in hand just like everything else and be like, ooh, and then be like, what the heck am I about to do with this gigantic silver shoe?
Blast off.
Them joints got them joints don't even got like zoom in. They got max air. They got the maximum amount of air that Nike produce. And them joints is silver, and it's a foamposite, and it got the biggest toe box in the history of sneakers. Are y'all okay? Stop it. It's another retro that needs to be on the list of like, yo, we think you want it. No, you don't. Luckily, you guys got 2 years to change your mind, all right? But don't come to me with this. I'm from the DMV. I don't care about Maryland. I don't care about The Wire. I don't care about none of that stuff that y'all keep telling me is the reason why you need this. Stop.
Honestly, when you put The Wire on, all them cats wearing Air Force Ones anyways. Ain't nobody wearing
Air Force Ones and Timbs, though. When nobody in The Wire wearing foamposites, though. Zero. I don't think fam, if anybody can send me a clip, a video footage, or a screenshot of anybody in The Wire wearing a foamposite,
now
I may lay off a little bit.
The one I do believe that they were super hype on, what was the one that like Nelly's whole crew got? The flight posits? What was the ones that, you remember Nelly did those videos where they all had a different color one on?
No.
You know what I'm talking about? Ow!
I think of Nelly, I think of Air Force Ones.
Fam,
and Nelly performed at halftime at the Cowboys game that I was at.
Oh yeah,
that was fire.
Yeah, they had it was like Earth, Wind, and Fire or something when I was there. Somehow
wow.
they always get famous. Okay, but they're still very famous.
Thank you very much.
I'm just saying, somehow they always get famous acts to like perform at the Raiders halftime. I don't get it.
Nelly was like, yeah, the crowd was like this. Underlay, mama, yeah. I was like, okay, Nelly.
All right, buddy.
I was like, I'm about to shake my tail feather.
All right, buddy. Fam, what was the one? I know you know what I'm talking
Nelly.
about.
I don't think it's Nelly.
No, it was. What's
Nelly had the Barclays.
What's the Nelly's homeboy name from St. Lunatics?
Murphy Lee.
Yeah, Murphy Lee. I
thought he had like some Reeboks or something. I don't know. But look, I'm not interested I'm from the DMV. Stop it. Like I don't see none of y'all wearing foams now. You can stick to the history. The way the DMV act about foamposites, the New York doesn't even act like that way about Air Force Ones. So. Like I don't see it. Like stop. All right. Tim Duncan's. Catch was like, yo, the hooping. Fam, are you okay? Now, I believe in hooping and OG sneakers 1,000%, and I am a firm advocate to bring back power forward and center sneakers. But stop it, all right? Stop it.
You love power forwards and centers, though. I get it. Fam, what are those shoes called?
I think you're getting the wrong person.
No, I'm not.
They had the Barclays, they were called...
No, it wasn't like a collab shoe. They just wore them in the video. Like, obviously, the Air Force One thing. I get it. Yeah, I know. But there was the other ones too, like flight posits or some kind of posits.
Man, it may have been flight posit.
It wasn't flight posit. I just looked at the picture.
Oh.
What's the other one that, I'm sure Wale wore it too.
Goadomes?
Hyperposit? No, what's the, no, not Goadomes.
Oh, are you talking about the basketball, like point guard looking sneaker thing?
Yeah, but it wasn't a low top though. It was
I know what you're talking about. It had like a futuristic kind of look to it.
Yes.
Those suck though. I think they're hyperposits though.
No, hyperposit.
I'm sorry, flight posits, whatever they were called.
Flight posits is the one we just
Then they're
talked about on releases.
hyperposits.
No, they're not. I just looked
They're
it up.
quick posits. I don't know. Shoot, I don't know. And what's the battery look like on that camera? This one.
2 bars.
All right. Anyways, let's keep going so we can get the heck out of here. Cade Cunningham signs with Nike signature sneaker on the way. Matter, big deal, little deal, no deal. And you're a Cade Cunningham stan.
Yeah, that is correct.
For the record. And you were right. I'll give you credit.
That is correct. Does Cade's shoe matter? This you're not gonna like this answer because it's kind of a cop out. But if they win a championship, yes. If he leads the Detroit Pistons of all teams, now I get it. They got Oscar Thompson as well, and what's the name playing out of his mind? Jalen Duren or Jaden Duren, whatever. I get it. But if he leads them to a championship, then yes, it matters. Right now, he's not that guy yet, and I'm a Cade super fan.
I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't like the Pistons when the Pistons were like winning the championships. Billups, Rasheed Wallace, all of them. I thought they were like
because you were worried for the Lakers, probably. That's why.
Well, I'm just saying, like they were like a tad bit more rougher around the edges Spurs to me. It was boring.
Yeah, boring nerds.
It was boring basketball. Even though you had Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, you had some personalities and characters on the team, but they were just boring. It was dry. Like, holding a team to 76 points a game and stuff like that. And like you score, you score 77 and hold them to 70. Things like that. I was like, all right, man, like, cool. You play basketball the right way. I like this Pistons teams. They're finally fun. I think they're cool. You got like freak athletes on that team. I like the team growing, coming up from the bottom up. I can't even read that. My eyes are bad now.
Nike's looking for a lead designer, basketball apparel, product design, global Jordan.
Bro, sign up, bro.
Apply now.
Send them sketches. Make some sketches tonight.
The one thing I didn't talk about is when we got it, we got into that. The little spat with fake Jordan man. I still got stuff saved in the. I still have stuff in the tuck.
Fake Jordan man.
That's all I'm gonna say. Because if I say anything else, people gonna know who I'm talking about. You don't got to say it either. But man, making fake Jordan 1s.
Now I do remember this. Oh, you talking about
Yes.
Kai?
Yes.
Oh, shout out to Kai, man.
Still got stuff saved in the tuck that will never see the light of day, but he better not come after me because if he does,
shout out to Kai. He sent me a message the other day. He sent me a message the other day. Said something that we talked about was hilarious. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, when I was making fun of Salehi. And he was talking about
his weird hats.
Yeah. He's a weird person. Salehi went on a podcast run. Like, he was just on everything. And I was like, what are the odds of him going to the podcast?
Fam, y'all be renting a house in Flagstaff every year for the trip you do. Like, you blend in. You can blend in with him. He can fit right in with your crew to go up there. Though.
My crew. Cade Cunningham, look, I like him. I think he's a great basketball player. I watch his game. It's typically not something I like really, go crazy. But he sort of reminds me of like SGA. I think SGA is one of the greatest basketball players, period. But I just don't really like watching his game. Maybe it's because maybe I'm a super duper hater. But Cade is sort of the same way. I watch Cade play and I go like, yeah, he's really good. But like, it's just like, it's like a better Richard Hamilton. Like,
Cade's not Canadian though.
Yeah, exactly. Although I watch Starting Five and I like SG a lot. Like, he's a really cool cat.
Yeah, because you like fashion stuff and
I like his personality.
Stuff.
I like his family. I like how he's fathered. I like all that stuff. He seems like a really down to earth, cool cat. Now I don't know what he does when the cameras are off. He may beat up cats and dogs for but, but like Cade, like I said, I watch Cade play and I go like, dang, like I don't look at him and be like, oh man, like I love his game. I just go, man, his game is just very effective. It's like Richard Hamilton to me, except like times 10. Like it's a better Rip Hamilton. Like it's just like very on point. It's very, strategic. It's very efficient. It's just a really good player. I love the Pistons. I think they're really good. I'm glad that they're finally a good team. I love the fact that these teams that people aren't expecting to be good are much, much better, and all the teams that they anticipated being much better are like mid to whack. I love it. The Pistons getting to the finals this year is a strong possibility. They're the best team in the East. They're 15-2. Could the Knicks beat the Pistons? I don't think so. The Pistons gave the Knicks a hard time last year.
They should have won that series.
They gave them a hard time last year. Do I think the Celtics Celtics could beat the Pistons without Jason Tatum? Absolutely not. Orlando beat the Pistons? No.
I don't even think the Celtics are going to make the playoffs, are they? Or at least they started off whack.
They play in or something
They're
like
even
that.
now?
I don't know. Pistons? I mean, the Pacers? Pacers are 2-15, and they ain't doing nothing. Now, let me tell you something. I thought Hallie was great,
That's embarrassing.
and I think Hallie is really good, but I did not think Hallie would make that big of a difference to where that team should not, at the very least, be 500, dude. They got Siakam still. They got your boy from U of A.
Balling.
Bonehead.
He might be a bonehead, but
He balling, but he ain't balling enough because something is off with them cats. Do I think the Bucks could beat the Pistons? Maybe. Giannis is killing out there. They're better than Miami, even though Norman Powell is killing as well. But the Cavaliers maybe can give them a hard time, but the Cavaliers got put out by the Pacers last year. So I'm not interested in the Cavaliers until they show me something. Pause.
Oh.
Anyways, Cade's signature logo, it's kind of mid, but it's okay with it. Cade himself, cool. Can he sell a signature sneaker? I don't know. It's going to have to be stupid fire.
I found it.
What is it?
Hyperflight.
Yeah, that's what it is. Had that purple patent leather, orange patent leather, yellow patent leather, all
Yes. Wasn't St. Lunatics wearing those everywhere?
that. I didn't. I don't remember though. Who knows?
I
think
can't
maybe
believe it
thinking
took
of,
me that long to figure out what
might
that
be thinking of
was.
Dipset.
All right. You want to talk about somebody who don't know nothing about shoes.
Kith Marvel.
Look at him. Look at him. I have no idea who that is, but look at him.
Ain't that your boy that like do sneaker reviews? Seth Rogen? What's that cat that be like?
Oh, Nick DePaula?
Ain't that him?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Look at
I don't know nothing about him.
What a geek. Man.
Wasn't he employed by ESPN at one point?
He
and
still
then they
is,
were
I
like,
think. Shout out to him, though.
I
But
guess,
still
I guess we
nerd.
should shout. This is episode 1 all over
I got
again.
no problem with them. You know what? It took a lot of people to understand how we talk as well. We call each other and everybody geeks and nerds and weirdos and stuff like that. It don't mean we actually think you're a geek, nerd, or weirdo. We will let you know when we actually think that you're a geek, nerd, or weirdo. I'm dead serious. Remember that cat at Manor got mad at us? Shout out to Manor too, man. Manor started the exact same time as us when we started this podcast. Remember the cat that worked at Manor and they put up a post on social media and said, "What's your favorite sneaker store?" And I said Kith, and that cat, remember the cat that didn't even work there, but he was always in there, black dude, and we always got into it with him. And he was like, and I said, "Yo, Kith." I answered the question. I said, "Kith." They go, basically was like, "Traitor." I said, "You guys have been
I
open."
thought you were talking about Itzo Fritzo or whatever.
I was like, "You guys have been open for like 2 years. Like, what are you talking about? You're not even on the near level with Kith." And then he said something back, and I said, "Man, you geek." I said, "Geek." Miss Cat gave me the longest lecture about calling people geeks when trying to promote a podcast. Then he called my phone while I was at Fry's grocery shopping to give me like, "Yo, you gotta understand, when you call people geeks and nerds and stuff like that, it's not good for the podcast. It's not how you promote." I was like, "Oh, all right then, man. I'm looking for some soy sauce, man." Anyways,
You need to stop answering the phone. You like doing that on purpose. I ain't answering the phone.
I'm gonna start calling people. Just a FYI, I'm gonna start calling you to talk. It don't gotta be for a long time.
No, you ain't, because you don't like talking to
Nah, I'm gonna start doing that. You,
Buddy,
Andy, Rico,
if I call you about anything, you be like, why are you calling me?
you have never called me in my entire life.
I think
though.
maybe like 5 times.
Yeah, you said y'all coming to the wedding. I was like, yeah,
That's not fair. I think I called you like a
I
couple
said,
weeks
yeah,
ago.
we're down the
huh?
street.
I think I called you a couple weeks ago.
No,
Actually.
you didn't.
Yes, I did. I don't remember what I called for, but I called. Check the call log, though.
I'm not doing all that.
All right.
But I'm gonna start calling cats.
You ain't calling.
I'm instead of sending a text to you, Rico, Andy, I'm gonna call you guys on three-way.
Yes.
Hey man, did y'all see that video?
FaceTime call.
They're serious. I'm about to
right.
start calling cats. Texting is lame. though.
Now that if you do a group call, that's actually kind of funny. But
Hey,
if you
guys,
start
what y'all
calling
doing?
people direct, regular people, though, that's weird.
I'm gonna start a call direct too.
No, you
I'm gonna
ain't.
start telling you goodnight and stuff like that. Somebody wanted to ask our opinions on the Kith Capcom Marvel thing. I really didn't focus too much on it. Cass was asking these questions.
You want to talk about something I couldn't care less about.
Look, I've talked about it numerous times on this podcast. I do not cross promote like that.
I just barely watched Fantastic Four like 3 days ago. Huh?
That was wild.
Barely.
That was wild.
But
She gave birth while traveling back from having a convo with the.
Well, they made way too much of the movie. Maybe I didn't pay close enough attention, and I definitely don't know the original comic books well enough. But I don't understand why the entire movie was about the baby. Look, that's basically what it was. They made an entire 3-hour movie, 2.5-hour movie. What you looking at? Huh?
Hey, sure that's recording. It is.
It's still going. They made a 3-hour, 2.5-hour movie, or however long it was, about someone having a baby. Like the opening scene is about them celebrating they're having a baby. She come out isn't the first scene is her peeing on the stick, and then the next scene is them sitting at a dinner and they trying to break the news and you're pregnant, and then they go to the alien land. The aliens kidnap him.
Talk to Galactus. Galactus took the baby, didn't he? He took the baby, right? And they try to get it back.
I mean, no, because she was pregnant.
He wanted the baby. He didn't take it.
Yeah, he wanted to take the baby at the end and was almost successful. And then she died, and then they put the baby on top of her, and then she resuscitated.
Let me explain something to you.
Is the baby the greatest Avenger ever?
I don't know. Did you watch the extended credits when Doomsday came?
Yeah, that was tight though. I get it. It's 10 seconds long, but I'm saying,
first of all,
you got to promote the next movie, so it's tight.
First of all, why is the baby CGI? Get you a baby. Yes, it was? Get you a baby.
I wasn't looking at that close.
Get a baby. A CGI baby is insane. Get a baby. That's one. Two.
Well, the end was like a toddler. It wasn't a baby no more.
No, that was look. I don't care what powers this family got. A man that comes from space as huge as he is, you can't win.
Why?
It's impossible. You're not going to convince me that this invincible woman, a stretch man and a man of fire and a man that's rock, can beat the biggest being who eats planets.
What?
Eat the planet, Galactus. Don't even come down and fight. Just eat the planet. It's stupid.
Does Galactus not exist in the same universe as Thanos? And
he's always existed throughout the years, but he's just sort of been like down the road,
he's so many light years away.
He's coming, like you just knew that eventually he would show up.
Is he supposed to be the most powerful villain ever or something?
No, there's other more powerful ones, but he is the most powerful in this that they've been introduced so far throughout Marvel. I think the second is probably Dr. Doom. Doom may be the second most powerful.
So he's supposed to be more powerful than.
Yeah, it's like Galactus. Thanos? It's like Galactus, Doom, and Thanos. A lot of people think Thanos is really, really him, but he's top 10 of whatever.
They needed an entire planet to beat Thanos.
Look, let me tell you something. You shouldn't introduce Galactus until you're ready to wrap.
We need to get Stan Lee on the show. Yes, I know he died. You doing rest in peace to everybody else on the show tonight. So
you shouldn't introduce Galactus until you're ready to wrap up the whole Marvel universe because that
movie was from 1968 or whatever. How you gonna? It can't be the end.
It was the future.
No, it's not.
No,
buddy. It was 1960s.
Yeah, but it had a retro look, but they were in the future or something, a different multiverse or something.
Oh, maybe it's a different multiverse, but
they were flying. It was flying cars and stuff, wasn't it? I don't know, maybe I made that. I don't remember.
You might be out of control.
Okay.
The Jetsons have flying cars. Yeah, the Jetsons were also supposed to be in the 70s.
But the buildings and stuff look like Utopia or something.
I think you need to go back and watch it again. Huh?
Look, Kith Marvel, all that, like I said, I don't buy collaborations with video games and Coca-Cola and brands like that. I don't do cross-promotion like that.
Yes.
And let me tell you something. I talk to a lot of cats, and this ain't about you. If you love it, I like it. I ain't tripping or whatnot. Look, if Ryu and Guile and Ken and Street Fighter and Marvel t-shirts existed before Kith, I don't own one of those. If I don't own one of those, why the heck would I buy the Kith version? If I don't own a Batman t-shirt, why am I buying Batman Kith? I don't own a Scarface t-shirt. It makes absolutely no sense. Cats that I've never seen wear a Capcom Marvel video game t-shirt are need. Fam, they got them at Old Navy, famo. They got them at Spencer's. If you don't own any video game t-shirt, Marvel t-shirt, Kith stuff should not put you in a frenzy. It's stupid. Because to me, it's
I guess we answer the question on why they still exist.
A lot of people keep falling for it because I go, if I got Thanos clothes, every Thanos t-shirt I see, them Thanos t-shirts is fire. If I got those and then I want to elevate my way up to Kith, cool. But what the heck are y'all talking about? Some cat was telling me, he was like, yo, this is my shite. That's what he said. I go, really? Ryu and Guile them? Them cats been out since 1990. They've been doing Hadouken since 1990, famo. I'm pretty sure if you go on eBay and type in that, there's stuff that exists. Anyways, that's my 2 cents on that. I had Travis Scott wearing an Adidas Y3. Do you want to talk about that or no? Does it matter? I'm honestly ready to go, though.
I've been ready to go for about an hour now.
Look, Travis Scott wearing an Adidas Y3 jacket. somebody said, look, Travis Scott is a dumb person. He probably didn't even know Y3 was Adidas. That's what somebody said. Now, the jacket said Adidas on it, so I don't know. But at the exact same time, Jordan don't play about stuff like that. You come through wearing some Adidas stuff, he don't play like that. And then I guess last night or today, he posted himself wearing the Jordan that you talked about in the release that you said the players could wear, that Chase B/TR Travis. And he's like, oh, it's still with the family. And it's like, buddy, you just want a Y3 jacket at F1. Well, who knows? Travis is whatever. Dude. I don't even put much time into that. Whatever.
Yes, weird person.
Last thing before we go, like I said, I appreciate everybody. This is episode 400. Hope we gave you guys a good episode, something to listen to on your daily drive to work. And if you're sitting that public transportation, blue collar, white collar, anything you want to do, if you're in college, school, education, we appreciate every single person that is like that. You hear that confidence in my voice? That's how a pilot should sound when they talk. You continuous. You know what you're saying. You know where you're going. You think on the fly. All right? No pun intended. But still. Now, to my point about Clark Kent. All right. Shout out to Clark Kent. Rest in peace, Clark Kent. Clark Kent came on this podcast, and we were talking about a specific sneaker. I think it was Jordan 13 Wheats. I think. I don't remember. But for some reason, I said I wanted it, so I don't think it was Jordan 13 Wheats because I would never want that in a trillion years. But maybe it was. When we talked about Jordan 13 Wheats or whatever sneaker that was, I said, or somebody said, I'm not copping those until they go on sale. I'll cop it when they get to this price. And Clark Kent said, then you didn't really want it. And I remember we were like, yeah, but like if I could save money on it, that doesn't mean I didn't really want it. He said, if you're really not willing to pay retail for something, you really didn't want it. And I remember we were like, what? And at the time, Clark Kent was a super duper elitist. He was somebody who always promoted, he wears sneakers one time and give them away. That was always a promotion, right?
I don't know if he would give them away, but yeah, he would say he was popping tabs or whatever.
Whatever the case may be. So at the time, we really weren't trying to hear that from somebody who was like one of the ultimate sneaker elitists. Now, in hindsight, when we posted the clip, people were like, yo, he tripping. Cats did not agree with it and whatnot. They were pretty much like on the same page as us. Well, now that it's 2025, and there are so many sneakers that I have not copped at retail that I said, oh, no, when they go on sale, I'm copping for certain. He was right. I still didn't cop. I still didn't cop when they went on sale at all. And I go, oh, I really didn't want them joints, because there are sneakers that are legit. I could have got 20% off Chicago Lows, 20% off already. And I was like, no, I'm straight. Didn't even move. I'm going to cop them, but maybe I'm not. There are certain AirTech Challenge shoes that I was like, oh, I'll cop that version of it, but it wouldn't go on sale. Literally get the message, $68, free shipping. Didn't even move.
You ain't copping.
I'm not copping.
You might cop low Chicago's. You ain't copping no more ATCs.
I mean, I buy them all. So
you ain't copping.
Essentially, Clark Kent was right. If you do not, he's right. If you don't pay retail for a sneaker that you swear that you want up and down.
Yeah, but he was saying that. Because he was saying that when a shoe that's not even that great would be 3X price. You can't say that back then and get away with it now.
Oh, no. If you say that, oh, yeah, I'm copping, I really want it, but I'm waiting for it to go on sale, that was the point. That's how that came up.
But sale back then is retail or whatever. Like, sale back...
No, it was like
Yes, that's the point I'm making. Shoes were 3X or whatever back then if you really wanted it. Yeah, so stuff wasn't easy to get.
Well, no. The Wheat 13s, nobody was checking for Wheat 13s.
Who wanted a Wheat 13?
I think it was me that said it on the podcast. Me, you, or Simple. One of us said,
you're saying this topic came up from Wheat 13s?
Yes.
Oh, it definitely wasn't me.
No, because
they suck.
But I don't even know if it was Wheat 13s, but we were like, this come out this week. And we said, I think we asked Clark Kent, what did he think about Wheat 13s? He said they cool or something like that. Either me or Simple said, yeah, them joints is fire, but I'm not copping until they went on sale. And then he said, then you don't want it then. And that's how that conversation came about.
Yeah, but I don't think that's really what it meant.
And what did it mean?
Because he's extrapolating it to every shoe that you want, and that's not possible.
I agree that
some
as well.
shoes are $1,000.
No. We're talking about retail, not resale.
You can't get everything for retail, though. It's not guaranteed.
Well,
now it's different than then.
No. Guaranteed or opportunity at retail.
What? No. Hold on. We were absolutely buying whatever we could get our hands on at retail in those days. Because if you don't want it, you flip it.
Not all of it.
Yes, we were.
No, we weren't.
Yes.
There was stuff that we talked about. There was stuff that we talked about with Dion.
We literally went to Undefeated grand opening waiting. We didn't
That's
even know what
fine.
was going to be out. We were hoping Yeezy.
That's fine, but we weren't there for Jordan 13 wheats and stuff like that, or Carolina Blue Sixes.
That's not what I'm talking
Or
about.
green sixes and things like that. We weren't there for that,
But
even though we liked them.
But we don't want that anyways.
I said like
I didn't.
them.
But you're saying want.
Yes.
That's the premise.
We were talking about
want that.
want, and we were talking about at retail. Even putting forth the effort. I was like, I'm
Buddy.
not getting those until they go on
That's
sale.
an impossible hypothetical. That's pointless.
It's not an impossible hypothetical.
Yes, it is.
Because it applies today.
That was the era of you fighting people on Foot Locker, Nike, everything to get sneakers.
Not everything.
The stuff people want.
But we weren't talking about something that was an everything. We were talking about something that was available that you could get.
He talking about everything.
Well,
he was.
Well, yes,
because I think there was actually something brought up.
Yeah,
and that
but
thing
it
was
doesn't
like,
matter
if
then
the
if
shoe was $3,450, I'm not buying it. Then he said,
yeah,
you don't
but
want
that
it.
doesn't. No, but that doesn't matter then if it goes up. It only matters if it goes down. If it starts at 200,
So then you got to make a point about that.
the point is that if you not willing to pay retail, not pay for the shoe, pay the retail tag because you want it for a lower price.
But that's
then
not the
you
point that
really
he was
didn't
trying to
want it.
make.
That was the point he was trying to make.
No, he wasn't.
In that scenario that we talked about, that was the point.
You giving him extra points, though.
No, that was the point. Go back and listen to it.
No.
Go back and listen to it.
You think that I'm going to go listen to that?
You can fast
It
forward.
might have been the worst day of my life. And I've had COVID 3 times.
Anyway,
Guillain-Barré.
in 2025, I agree. If I'm not paying the 170 for the Air Check Challenge 2, 150 for the Air Check Challenge 2, because I'm like, I'll wait till it goes to the outlet.
Yeah, I
and
agree
then when
with-
it goes
I agree
to the
with that,
outlet,
but
and
that's
I don't
not what
buy
he was saying, though,
That
to
was
me.
the point.
Nah, to me-
I got to go
to
back
me
and listen to it.
To me, that's not what was said.
Well, you know what? If he didn't say it that way, I'm saying it today.
Yeah, that's different.
And I 100% know and believe that's what he was saying at that moment.
Nah, don't do that.
I do.
Don't tell me I'm wrong.
All right.
I'm very obviously often correct.
I'm done with this podcast.
I mean, this camera probably dead. Like, you can't even see from where you at. So
What, the camera?
it's probably. I mean, I don't know. The thing's still sticking out, right, Paul? So it's probably okay.
Battery life. Mine was the one that was going down.
It's on 1.
Okay, good. We can wrap this up. You got anything else to add, 400?
Got nothing. You didn't bring no champagne or nothing. Huh?
Fam, you wouldn't have drunk it if I brought it.
You probably right.
You don't even drink anymore, though.
When was the last? Oh, Ireland. Getting it in.
I doubt it, though.
I was.
I haven't seen you drinking again in a while,
Getting
though.
it in Ireland. Well, you ain't been to Ireland yet. We go to Ireland, you'll see me getting in.
Lame. No, I'm not going to Ireland. Ireland sounds like it sucked. No,
You smoking,
no, you
sherm
smoking. No, wait,
and-
then you're an awful storyteller and describer because you need to make it lit so I can want to go.
Explain what.
Man, you talked about sheepdogs and jumping fences and stuff like that. I ain't trying to hear that. I'm trying to hear about, like, yo, was it cracking? And what you saw out there, fam.
No, you ain't, because you don't be outside no more. So I don't know.
I do
what
be
you
outside.
No, you don't.
I'll be outside when it's warranted for me to be
in
outside.
Vegas.
Fam.
Free. It got to be.
You
free
talked
for
about how sheepdogs herded the sheep, and then y'all had to walk from town to town on cobblestone roads or whatever you was talking about. That don't sound lit to me.
You got the wrong message.
All
from
right.
that.
You didn't describe any beer you drunk. You didn't talk about any cracking. You didn't get in no bar fights. If you go to Ireland and don't get into a bar fight, lame.
First of all, you came on the show today ready to talk about Cowboys and Raiders fighting in Ireland. What's wrong with you, huh? You're supposed to mature as you get older.
I'm not even talking about me fighting.
Yes.
I'm not even talking about me fighting. I'm talking about fighting, period.
Damn. I'm too old to be fighting anybody.
Was it Nick there?
Nick who? My nephew?
Yeah.
No, man. Oh, the Hannah's family.
Oh, that's right.
They're going in December, actually.
Nick them going to Ireland? Tell them to don't go. Tell them to go somewhere better.
Christmas. I think they're going all over Europe.
Man, them cats really do it, huh?
You sound like a hater, though.
All right, man.
Even Marshawn went to Ireland to have fun. You need to watch that episode.
He got paid for that. I didn't
fire.
watch it. He got paid for that. Man.
Fire.
That's a ridiculous show, though.
It is, but that's why it's entertaining, because it's funny.
I know that.
Sean
But
Lynch,
he got
buddy.
paid for it. You pay me to go there and herd dogs or sheep, I'll do it too. Cat don't want a sheepdog, though. I said, George, tell me about the trip. Oh, man, they was herding dogs.
You're a bad person.
They was herding dogs, and a soccer team was playing, and we didn't even know it.
You talking about you gonna call me?
I went to
You
size.
gonna start calling me what? So you could lie?
I'm gonna call you tomorrow, let you know we hit our way to pickleball. Though. Hey man, hold me a racket.
So you
Who coming? No,
so
everybody?
you can lie on me though?
Your mom them coming?
I don't know.
But you know nothing.
How's that any different from any other day?
I know nothing either. All right, let's go home. Anyways, appreciate everybody who likes, subscribe, share this podcast. Thank you for listening to this podcast. Appreciate every single person that contacts us, talks to us, learns us, friendships, acquaintances, enemies. We appreciate every single one of you. This is the best sneaker podcast, period, and that's the Sneak This. Pow!